Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Open Roll. Last week was actually episode 10, and we kind of forgot to celebrate it a little bit, but we are back this week with a brand new player. Can you introduce yourself?
Today is a good day to split the party.
It's never a good day to split the party. No. All right, but you will be playing our new character in our campaign, and yes, we do have our wonderful dungeon master. He is no Matt Mercer, but he does tell one hell of a story.
Yes, kidneys are for free. All right. So, when we last left off, our one player is not here tonight. The handing in of projects takes priority over D&D on certain occasions. So, she is not here to face down the horrible, dreaded creature she has just unwittingly approached. And
Oh man.
Oh, great, she's not here to take responsibility for her own actions.
yes, you found yourselves following a mysterious couple in the town of Augusta. Um, Later in the evening, as you followed them out of the hardware store, you drove around the residential area until you saw their car, and you saw them. You saw the car take off to the other side of town, and as you followed them in the evening, you saw silhouettes unloading the car with sacks. Sneaking up closer, you found that the one individual was told to fetch the sack from the fetch a missing sack from the other side of the town back at the home, and so you followed the car back to the house, and then waited for the individual to leave the house before you broke into their house and found that they had a mysterious house that illuminated itself on the inside without letting any light pass through its windows on the outside. What you did not expect was for the couple to have a pet, a weird snake lizardy chicken that bite was worse than its scratch. After quickly slamming it into the bag of holding, the briefcase of holding,
Briefcase
You-
of holding.
you decided to continue into their basement where you found a secret entrance into the sewers, upon which you immediately regretted your decision because the sewers was kept exquisitely clean by some gelatinous objects moving around on the inside. Large gelatinous objects with an extreme sticky feeling to them, as one brick Samson realized that if he got too close, he would be waxed incredibly hard, as the bricks did not stop at the waxing of hair, but also the waxing of skin. Briefly escaping out of a manhole cover, you took a minute to gather yourselves. No, you took an hour to gather yourselves before returning back into the sewers, and found yourself face to face with a dog down in the sewers that had been sleeping down there. The dog's name was...
Rex.
It had one of three collars on.
Yes, the middle one was Rex.
Yes. Uh,
Wait, that doesn't make sense. How do you have one of three colors on
One
you?
is the owner's name, second is the dog's name, and third is the owner's business name.
Also, when I did a Arcana check on that dog, it looked super sketch. So I'm just saying, don't lock yourself in a room with it. It's all.
It's a mimic.
Later
Oh.
on, further down the sewers, our cleric managed to find herself a shatter of reality, a doorway between this world and the next one, and she started to close it piece by piece by putting back together the shattered pieces of glass that she found lying around, plus the piece that she found underneath the dog's basket that he was sleeping in, only to then be confronted on the other side of the portal by a large creature that had been using telepathy to communicate with everyone in the sewers, saying, "Come find me and help me." The creature was that of a large being with 3 legs and 3 tentacles. On the edges of 2 tentacles are large barbed spikes, and one of the middle tentacles has a couple of eyes protruding from it, and it just has a large mouth in the center of its torso. And we left off there last time.
It was in a desert area on the other side of the rift, right?
Yes, what appeared to have been city ruins and deserts.
Why does it sound like the Monster Hunter's Diablo to me?
Almost. But in a sense, a red-hot scorching desert baked down upon the world in the other side of the fracture itself.
No, this sounds like Welcome to Night Vale.
The creature, of course, being happy to have found somebody on the other side.
Aww.
We pick up there as you still hear this the slithering movement of the cube coming from outside the sewers. Oh, from further down in the sewers, as you had only
Please tell
managed
me
to
this is not
dispatch
a
one of them.
gelatinous cube.
Frida,
I
on
don't know
your
where
end,
I was during this whole thing.
yeah, you deciding that it was quite enough trauma for one day to help a priest
Save the priest.
save a priest from his demonic troubles, decided to take a break with Yule and do your own investigation while the other members of your group went off into the night for a drive about. You have not seen them since. What you do hear is a knock on the door of your motel.
I get up and I stand near the door and I shout, "Who is it?"
A response comes from the other side of the door. Ma'am, we're with the government. We're here to do a federal survey about your local area.
Can I see some ID or something? That
Of course, and he waves a badge in front of the door. It says there, FBI on the badge.
Okay, what's the survey?
Then you see that there's a shorter man standing next to him. This one not in a black suit, but in a white lab coat. He says, well, the survey does test your response, and so we do need to speak face to face if you're willing to take the survey.
I don't know. You guys seem kind of sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but I opened the door anyway.
Isn't the survey optional?
It is.
No, but see, now I'm curious. Now I want to know what it is.
So the man in the black suit steps aside, and the man in the lab coat takes center stage now and says, "All right. I suppose this is late in the evening, and we'd like to get the survey over and done with as quick as possible."
It's the middle of the damn night.
Y'all couldn't this have
was
been
earlier
like
in
an
the-
email or something?
Was this earlier in New York? Okay.
Yes, this is closer to dinner time.
All right.
They would just like to get the survey over and done with.
Seriously, it's hard to imagine that a government worker works past 5.
Brick,
or
you
4.
are not here. It is just me
Okay.
and
Yeah. The man in the lab coat pulls out a pen and starts reading through the list. Have you ever experienced anything abnormal in the area that you live in?
You're gonna have to be a bit more specific by what you mean abnormal.
The survey has it's not a yes or no survey. It essentially has a gradient that you respond to. One being absolutely yes, and two being absolutely not. Three being you're not entirely certain.
That scale is very weird, but okay. Wait, which one's yes?
One.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with one.
All right. And in the instances of these abnormalities, have you found yourself disturbed by them?
So far. Wait, in the area I'm in now.
Well, it's in the area that you lived in most of your childhood.
How do you know where I lived as a child?
This is a survey. We ask you at the end where you lived, as to not affect the survey or the taking of it.
Well, I'm just gonna say 2 for that one.
He then ticks it and goes on. Have you traveled outside of the country recently?
Outside of the country. It's also a 2.
Have you come into contact with any communist propaganda?
What the fuck? No.
This is the 1970s, so that.
Listen, I've been busy, okay?
Now, just remind
Out
you
of-
what era it is.
Yeah, I know.
Out of any of the abnormalities that you may or may not have encountered, have any of them seemed enticing?
3.
And have you found yourself developing strange symptoms after encountering abnormalities? This question, of course, is influenced whether or not you have or have not encountered any abnormalities.
Not that I'm aware of, so I guess 2.
Now, you mean 4?
Wait, what's 4?
4 is
I
not.
thought the scale was only 1, 2, and 3.
The scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Well, you didn't tell me about 4 and 5.
You said 5 being not at all. So it's 1 to 5.
Okay, what's 4 then?
4 is then being not entirely uncertain of it, but pretty certain you haven't encountered. Pretty certain you have not encountered this.
Your scale makes no sense. Do you realize that?
He flips through his pages. That one's on the tick list too. We got a winner! And you see the
What?
man in the black hat step aside and reach into his coat. Before you realize it, there's a tranquilizer in your chest.
Oh, shit.
Before Yule can even scramble out of the bed to cast a spell, there's a tranquilizer in his shoulder too. And he falls to the ground. The light fades to black. Now, back to the sewers here.
Oh, you're gonna take it to Area 51.
Hell
So you-
yeah. I already live there, so that's fun.
So back into the sewers in the evening. Emma calls out with a disgruntled, "Help!"
And
Help
Drake
me!
runs over.
As you come around the corner, you see this large beast stepping out of the fragmented form of reality that has cracked open beneath it, sort of breaking the glass that was put back by Emma.
Am I still enraged?
Can I also run over?
Yes, you can make a perception check, Yue.
Dungeon Master.
I have forgot.
You did just finish a fight, right?
Yes, I believe I did.
All right, then you will not be enraged at this point.
Okay, cool. I go into a frenzy rage, take out my
10.
bat, and I
You
swing.
don't hear. All right,
and
you
I
don't
s-
hear anything other than the sloshing sounds of what you assume is the cube in the other side of the sewers.
So I can't run over there yet.
Wait, so
No,
is it the cube that like waxes people?
Yeah,
yes,
it's
it's
made
still
out of
moving
Such
through
a
sugar.
the sewers.
gross, like, thing.
All right, you take a whack at the creature.
2 whacks. I'm hitting him in a way to send him backwards.
The creature is far too large for you to influence its movement.
Okay, 1. Ah!
You swing your bat, and it just makes a clunk sound as you notice it's entirely bent when you whack it against the creature.
My
Thick,
bat!
leathery hide, sort of tougher than what it first appeared to be.
So
A
my
tentacle
bat
wraps
is
around the
bent.
bat. Slightly, yes. A
Ah.
tentacle wraps around the bat and just plucks it out of your hands with this incredible strength and chucks it into the back of the room. No, no. Not like that. You can all roll initiative.
Natural 20. Where was that roll a second ago?
As you start the fight, Brick, you notice that the creature has purposefully disarmed you as its one tentacle with sets of eyes look down upon you. It has a great view of the battlefield.
Is it still halfway into the rift?
It's completely stepped out of it now.
Okay. I pull out the double barrel shotgun.
Yes?
To hell with this, and I am shooting this bastard. Where's the shotgun? +2. Dirty 20.
You hit.
12.
The shotgun being...
Shotgun 1.
It was 2d8. With no add-ons to it.
Yeah, 2d8 piercing damage. Does a 12 hit?
The 20 hit. Oh, you mean the 2 shots? You are not proficient enough to fire 2 shots of a shotgun
okay.
at once. Gun proficiency needed.
Alright, but I'm
You roll 2d8 for damage.
yeah, but I'm in a frenzy rage, so I can use my bonus action to attack.
Okay, then the 12 does not hit.
Alright.
As the recoil of the first shot kind of fires the second shot into the roof.
I do not add anything to
Damage, no.
damage.
Just
Alright,
2d8.
so 14, double it, is 37?
A dirty 20 doesn't double.
No, guns do automatic crits, right?
2 creatures that don't have resistance to magical damage.
Then what now?
Essentially, guns are not magical weapons, so they wouldn't
okay.
have crit against things that don't have magic.
Okay. Alright. So this is just 14 damage.
Yes.
Alright. Cool.
You fired off the double-barrel shotgun inside the mouth of the creature. You do see it has made quite a wound. Creature itself makes one attack, a large bite towards Emma, and misses.
Oh, thank you. If I have to save this cleric again.
On Emma's turn, she casts her one spell left, and Mystic Sanctuary protects herself. Yue, it's your turn.
Finally. Alright, I'm gonna here, so I have line of sight, and I'm going to. Can I firebolt it if my two teammates are in front of it?
You can firebolt it.
I do that. I suppose a 9 is not.
9 does not hit, as the fireballs just fling into the rift behind it, and you see them scatter on some sand far off into the distance. You do, however, hear, coming from the large hallway over here, a large splashing sound as if a massive bubble was just popped. And you see the slinking ooze of the ooze seeping into the floor. But from the darkness you can't see much more. You hear footsteps running through the sloshing.
Guys, do you hear that?
Do we?
No, not in that area. You're not.
Okay, because I'm assuming my ears are still ringing from the shotgun.
Probably.
I mean, I think there's people coming.
Yeah, well, we have a little bit more to concern about what that's right in front of us.
I mean, I guess.
Brick, it's your turn again.
I use my bonus action to reload the shotgun,
Yes?
and I fire.
You went into a frenzy last round, right?
Yes.
You got 1 level of exhaustion.
Now I get a level of exhaustion after my rage.
Alright. Firing the shotgun again. You can roll to hit.
Hold on, sorry. Oh yeah, 19.
That hits.
Seven damage. Dang it.
The extra dimensional creature's turn as it takes a bite at you, Brick. And fails.
Ha.
Seems to be in a very cramped area. Wants to push past you and Emma, climb over all of you. As it struggles to do so, it ends its turn there. On Emma's turn, she slinks back and starts putting back the glass pieces in the doorway. Yue, it's your turn.
As Emma is doing that, I yell out to her, "Don't finish it completely."
She's like, why wouldn't I finish it completely?
Because I have an idea.
Wait, who are these bad guys? Are they all
Easy.
clones?
They could be the people who we followed, or they could be FBI.
So am I?
I mean, they're all wearing suits, so.
Yeah.
Emma is not attacking. No.
No, I'm asking, am I in its attack range? Can I move away?
Yes, you are.
Okay. In that case, I'm just going to Tasha's mind whip it. It has to make an intelligence save.
It fails.
It takes 3d6 psychic.
Nice.
Thirteen points of psychic.
Didn't like that as it's whipping its tentacles around. This is the new world. This new world hurts. You hear the footsteps getting closer as they're rushing down the hallway.
I scream back at the monster, "Then go back to your old world, please."
Brick, top of the round, it's your turn again.
I run to the monster's face, put my shotgun against its temple, and pull the trigger.
Fire?
Dirty
hit.
20!
That hits.
Ah, yeah. Piercing damage. I then take the butt of my shotgun and then whack it with the butt of the shotgun.
It's a bonus action.
Yes, as my bonus attack. Do I get proficiency in that since it's or is it just plus
Still a
2?
firearm.
All right.
That does not hit.
Oh, okay.
The roll was too low anyway. You seem to have fired off its top lip as it dangles on a piece of flesh. The creature swings around its two tentacles, one at UA and one at you, Brick. The first one at UA hits. The second one at Brick misses. UA takes 1d8 plus 3, okay. And another bit of piercing damage. Total 16 damage as the tentacle wraps around you with its sharp barbed spikes. You are grappled.
I start crying.
Oof.
Emma's turn. She casts Healing Word at you, UA. You regain 5 hit points. Your turn, UA.
Thank you for the healing. If I'm grappled,
You can't move away from the spot.
okay, but can I try to escape?
Yes, you can roll to escape.
Strength.
It's got an escape DC, so you either use strength or dexterity.
Dex it will be. 18?
You do slip out of its grasp, as its tentacles don't feel as tight as they should be. Almost as if it's losing strength. You
Yeah.
hear the footsteps come up, and then at the bottom of the round, you see two men in black suits enter the room.
FBI! Called it.
One pulls out a gun and fires a beam of green light from it. It kills the creature in one shot, as it literally ruptures its internal organs, and it sprays all over the room that side, dropping to the ground. The other man pulls out his gun. This one fires a beam of blue light at you, UA. Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Steal their guns, please, somehow.
I want them.
Desperately.
Wait, do they actually have ray guns? Oh shit.
There's some Ghostbusters voodoo.
No, this is some MIB
You fail.
shit.
See, I knew it the entire time. The FBI are the little green men.
You. She rolled in real life and failed. She gets shot by the beam of blue light and collapses to the ground. She looks like she's completely out of it. Brick, it's your turn.
Yeah, sorry, my PC crashed, so I had to restart quickly.
How did your
Damn
PC
it.
crash from Roll20? Oh,
Because the FBI are just that good, hey?
But she's got an SD drive, so she literally restarted her PC in that last round, and all
Oh
of
my
its
word.
apps. Yeah,
Yes.
it restarts PCs so fast. All right.
Alright, I point my shotgun at them. My unloaded shotgun. And I intimidatingly ask them, who the hell are they?
Roll an intimidation check, because you're bluffing.
Oof,
Intimidation.
if only I was there to use my very special spell.
19.
Seems that their guns are pointed at you, but they don't fire it, as they notice you got a shotgun with smoke coming out of its barrel.
Yeah, it's coming out of one of its barrels.
The two men in dark suits sort of spread out and try to take cover behind the walls with this like half cover.
Alright.
And one of them speaks aloud, "Drop the weapon, civilian."
You didn't answer my question. Who the hell are you?
FBI.
FBI, yeah, show me some identification.
The one takes out his badge and shows it around the corner. You see a golden crest on the end of a black badge.
Alright, I yell at Emma. Emma, how is that portal coming?
Emma is spending her turn piecing it back together, bit by bit. Clink, clank as the pieces of glass fit together, and she's looking around for the puzzle pieces. She looks very stressed.
I quickly slide the briefcase over to her, and I tell her, throw the bad thing in there, and then close it.
She doesn't know what you mean, as she's
The
working
statue!
on the portal.
Throw the statue in there!
She's exclaiming, "What statue?
The
What
one we got
statue?"
from the island with the blood hole.
The one you buried? Soon
No, we
after
did
leaving the
not
island?
bury it yet.
Yo, you did.
Did I?
Yo.
Yeah, you guys buried it at the first
Like
crossroads.
before we
you
got
came
in the
across.
van.
Okay.
It seems somebody here doesn't know what they're talking about.
Okay, never mind then. I thought I still had it on me. That's why I bought the shovel.
Yep.
Oof.
That's why you keep track of what you do.
No.
The FBI proclaims again, "Drop your weapons, citizen."
Okay, I'm putting the weapon down. Although it is bloody empty.
You say that.
Yeah.
The two men step out and they look at the creature's corpse and then look over to Emma and they proclaim that she should get away from that. It's not safe. Emma complies with the FBI. And she asks, "What did you do to our friend Yue?" They say, "Do not be alarmed. She was merely in the throng of battle." You can both roll perception checks. Well, Emma and Brick.
Perception. 18.
Roll for Emma as well.
I did. She rolled a 6.
Oh, whoops.
You notice them say, looks like we got a -06 coming through a 172.
Alright,
Yep.
so hold on. I can remove
What the
the
hell
idol
is
from
it
my
with
inventory.
FBI?
Remove
And
an item
numbers.
from your inventory.
Idol.
Sure. Idle. What idle?
The idol,
Okay.
the one that I wanted to throw in but don't have anymore.
Alright.
Alright.
And then they look at the two of you. And they look at the creature and they notice all the wounds in it. And they ask, so what are you doing in the sewers in the middle of the night?
Well, we believe that the people at what was the address again? Aaron?
The address was on the corner of the street above you. That's as good as it gets.
Alright. I tell them the address of the name of the street was responsible for the disappearance of all the missing pets and possibly the contaminated water.
They look at each other. Oh, with your high perception check, you notice that underneath their fedoras, these two men have the exact same faces. What's more than that, when they speak, it's like the lips move behind the lips. They're both wearing masks. You also hear another gunshot in the distance, down the sewers. And what sounds like a dog barking before the gunshot silences it.
Oh, no.
Not the dog.
I ask, can I quickly see your ID identification again, both of you?
Sure, it's right here, as they both simultaneously pull out their pistols, like different silver one this time, with like what looks like a gas cylinder underneath, and they fire at both of you.
I knew that was
The
going to
first-
happen.
The first shot at Emma hits. The AC is low. The second
Hit me
shot
with
at you,
your
Brock,
best shot.
That
misses.
misses. I rush
You
him.
see you see Emma collapse to the ground.
I rush him and am I still enraged or?
Well, you
was the end
better
of the
be
fight.
now.
Sorry?
I said you
You-
better be now.
No, not you, Aaron.
No, it was the end of the fight.
Alright.
One level of
the emotion
exhaustion.
you have right now
Yeah,
can
I
still
have
be
one level
rage.
of exhaustion. Alright, I'm gonna go into another frenzy rage and I'm going to sock both of them with my fists.
Alright, roll to hit.
That is a strength modifier. 21. 22.
So both fists managed to land. Roll fist damage. I think if you're not a monk, it's just your strength.
Just my strength, that's plus 4.
So you do 4 damage to both of them. So you throw your punches left and right, and you knock at them. You feel that they are incredibly sturdy, bearded men, standing stern as they get punched. Without even noticing it, they both turn to face you again and say, "Drop your weapon, citizen."
The fuck? Is it my turn again?
Yes, we'll say it's your turn.
Alright, I grapple the one, try to take the one's weapon from him.
Rolling strength checks.
Yeah. And I have advantage on strength checks. Natural 20!
And they rolled a nat 1, so they're not aware of it. Oh, the one's hand slips loose as you pull the gun from it.
I shoot him with his own gun.
That'll be a different action.
A bonus action attack. Haha.
With the frenzy, yes. Roll to hit without proficiency. So just your dex.
Just my dex, alright. This is the trank gun, right?
Yeah.
12.
As you fire the needle and it hits one of the agents here in front of you with his own gun. The tranquilizer just sits there in his chest. You hear coming up from the hallway another one of the men, but this time a differently dressed man is also following him. A one in a white lab coat. Oh, sorry, those tranquilizers only work on humans. Well, you can get him, boys. He doesn't look like he's armed very much, and the two of them both take shots at you with their blue ray guns.
Great. Ah, that hits.
Yeah, the one strikes you, and you feel like... Oh, make a wisdom save.
Wisdom... 6.
You've like touched an electric fence before, and it's completely knocked you flat on your ass, but this is a whole different shock. It just knocks you clean off your feet the moment it strikes you, and you just land back onto the corpse of the creature. And you hear the scientist say before you fade to black, "All right, boys, wrap up and clean the situation. It seems we got some new ones." When you all awake, you find Brick, Emma, Yue, Frida, and Yule all sitting in a vehicle, bound with straitjackets, feet handcuffed, or feet cuffed to the bottom of the moving vehicle. Your mouths are still open. And one by one, over the course of the travel, you're all slowly waking up, with Emma being the last. As you've been clearly shoved into the back of a van, and you're traveling somewhere. The van doesn't have windows at the back.
What happened to me, guys?
Hey,
Where are we going?
I don't know.
Well, this doesn't look good.
Over the course of what feels like a 5-hour drive, they do stop momentarily, open the back, and each of you are fed like a bottle of water, but like the entire bottle all at once. And then they close the van again.
Can I spit at one of them?
Sure. The man in the black suit and the old man face mask doesn't seem to mind, as he fed you the bottle of water, and then he leaves, and he closes the van again.
Yeah,
And
I
the
don't
trip
think
continues.
that's going to do much to them.
I know, but it's the the thought that counts,
Yeah.
You can feel this temperature sort of rising as you've probably come to a different climate area. An area more drier in the air itself. And then finally the van pulls up and stops, and then you hear another van pull up and stop next to it. And then the doors fly open, and you see yourselves in what appears to be a large cement facility, like a concrete facility, with no discernible signs on the outside, except for the one at the very top of it, at the very top of the entryway, reading natural germination plant
down.
Would Brock know what that means?
What a germination plant is. No, but you
Yes.
can make an investigation check, all of you, when you step outside. You see stepping out of you in the van next to you is other members in a straitjacket. And
7.
these individuals... Alright,
Where is my...
make your rolls along. Uh,
10.
you
Wait,
can
I
make your...
can't. Oh wait,
Go
never
on.
mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Because of
See-
Brick's military background, will I know a military facility if I see one?
This is not a military facility, though it does have plenty of armed guards. They don't look military to you. They look almost privately funded.
Mercs.
There seems to also be 2 men in lab coats waiting for all of you to enter. Waiting for all of you at the entryway of the facility.
Alright.
Stepping outside of the second vehicle is 3 individuals. One of them being our new player,
Hello.
who's not only wrapped in a straitjacket, but also has a muzzle on.
Fuck.
We just hear her.
Now you can still speak with the muzzle on, you just can't bite.
Yes.
Oh,
And
so
the other two?
Yeah, it's a muzzle, not a gag.
oh, cool. Oh, so like
That's a
kind of-
different kind of dungeon.
You're
eh?
like Hannibal Lecter right now.
yeah.
All your characters, your clothes seem to have been replaced some way before the trip. You're all wearing orange jumpsuits and white straitjackets to tie your arms down.
Yo, what the fuck, dude?
I quickly reach for my neck and like try to see if my necklace is still there. Do I
You
find it?
can't.
The straitjacket prevents you from actually seeing if there's anything around your neck.
So we're all wearing straight jackets?
Yep.
Everybody's
That's
wearing
nice.
straitjackets.
I called to one of the lab coat guys. I'm like, hey, lab coat guy, what the hell is going on?
It says, all will be explained in due time. Let's all continue as the group of people have their feet shackles undone. And then a group of 8 guards are escorting this small group of people, your small group, inside. Getting everybody's character tokens ready. I don't have Frida's character token. Let's see where can I find that. The new guy, I do have Sebastian's character token.
Yeah.
Drop it here.
Oh, we also need to make one for my steel defender.
I was sent a new one.
What says?
That's her pet.
Yeah, I make my own friends now, I guess.
It's okay. I do
Because
that.
they keep getting kidnapped, etc.
Wait, you're the youngest of the group, or is that you, eh?
I don't know. How old are you guys?
Brick is 32.
I'm
I think-
17.
Oh no, that's you then.
Yeah, you is then the youngest.
Yeah, I ran away from home.
Nice.
Not because of bad circumstances, just because I'm like at a rebellion stage. I don't like this place.
Angst.
Frida's last character token was okay back there. All right.
Yeah, you didn't have a funny uncle.
A what?
A funny uncle
Ooh.
or a stepdad.
No. Although I suspect that I have a very weird mom since I'm like, what's
Well, considering how you were a sorcerer,
lineage.
yeah.
Yeah, see. So I probably do have some weird family somewhere.
Your dad must have been a bard.
Probably.
Oh, one of your ancestors was a bard, because that's basically the only way.
So you all get led down into the facility and then put into a very large elevator. Like enough room that it's basically a cargo transport elevator. And the scientist inputs a key pin, and then the doors close,
I
and the
tried to
elevator
memorize
goes
the key
down.
pin.
You can't seem to make it out as you stop counting after 15 digits.
Jeez.
Oh Lord.
You remember the first 15 digits. I'll give that to you.
Alright, cool.
It's just pi. The first 15.
Well, he's a nerd.
As you all continue down, the elevator seems to go for about 15 minutes, and then it stops at the bottom. The doors open wide, and you're all greeted with the horrifying visage of a gigantic spider.
Oh,
big
what
as a
the
truck.
fuck?
As the creature looks like it's about to lash out at all of you, it sort of stops because it's stuck inside of its cage, and then lightning rods sort of jab it to behave. As the cage is moved to the side. Yes, put that one back in its containment facility.
Of course.
All right, everyone, follow us. Follow me. As the group of guards lead you down the hallway. This will be your area. As he types in another PIN code onto the door.
Again, I am trying to remember the pin code.
It's a bit difficult now because you got nothing to write it down with, but you're pretty sure it's this one you've memorized up to the 8 digits, but couldn't go any further.
Alright.
It's like racks your mind that he knows these
Listen, we'll just
numbers.
find some acid or something and just like melt the walls, okay? It's fine.
What
As
if the walls themselves are already made of acid? Then we're kind of buggered.
Well, then we
walls
can
themselves-
just jump over it then. I don't
The wall-
know.
the walls themselves seem to be made of concrete, as well as
Your
the
acid
floor.
will eat through that, I think.
But the lighting fixtures overhead
Oh no, I know where
seem
we
to illuminate the
are.
room.
Where
So-
are we?
We're in SCP containment facility.
I don't know what that is.
The doors slide securely closed behind you, and you hear it with a firm lock. All right, this will be your containment facilities. All right then, everybody. As he walks you past the cafeteria area,
Wait,
through here. The
Oh,
scientist,
he.
walks you past the containment facility. He's like, all right, everybody. You see the people sitting in the cafeteria look remarkably normal, like prisoners. People.
Fun.
They're all wearing orange jumpsuits, but none of them are wearing straitjackets or shackles, as you're being led in like single file
Oh, what the hell, dude?
by the scientist guy. You make it all the way up.
I love how all the other NPCs have realistic icons, and in us cartoon all sorts of
Listen, we're special.
They all continue eating as they're not really like paying much attention to you. You take a door to the left, and then let's reveal an empty block, as we
Oh.
shall now draw the next room. As this seems to be an office area. Draw tape. There we go. This room door opens up, and then one by one the guards let you in. Yule goes in, and then he comes out, and then a guard escorts him to his room. And then
No.
Frida
come
goes
back.
in. You seem to sit in this room, and the therapist says, "Sorry, was the ride uncomfortable?"
Yeah, well, duh. Why are we here?
So let me debrief you, as I'll debrief everyone here before they go to their rooms to get accustomed. He flips through a file. So your name is Frida, correct? From now on, you'll also be given the designated name SCP-821-856.
No, fuck that. I'm Frida, okay?
Of course, Frida, we'll still call you that, but that's your file number. So
Why? I don't want a file.
it's unfortunate, Frida, but it seems that the situation you're in is not is not a beneficial one to most people of society.
Listen, so did you guys come and knock on my door because you knew you wanted me for some dumbass reason, or was that just like
Well, you see,
bad luck?
our job here is the SCP containment facility. It stands for Secure, Contain, Protect. We keep the bad things that nobody can handle locked away. And,
I'm not bad.
well, that's where we're getting to. It's why you're a -A5, or a -A56 in this case. You are not particularly involved in the reason why you're bad. You just happen to be one of the many, many people, as he points outside, in this facility and others who have undergone what is known as the Gygax curse. It
Guy
seems
Okay, that does not sound good.
so. It seems that over the past few days or weeks or perhaps even years, you've gathered what is known as abilities that are not normal. Could you?
Listen, that was just a magic trick, okay? Whatever you saw, I am actually like practicing magic.
So the
Like-
sentient metal dog in your room you describe as magic, as he's like writing down
Listen,
notes.
that's just an illusion. It's not real, okay?
Believes magic is an illusion.
No,
Is
I'm kidding.
disassociating
Okay,
with
no,
reality.
no, I don't really think that. Yes, it's an actual thing I built and it moves. Okay.
So you fit all the classifications of an artificer, which can be useful. For the time being, we're here to contain you currently. To put it briefly, you'll be spending most of the rest of your days in this facility. And
Great, so a life sentence.
we hope to afford you with a comfortable living style until the end of your days, along with free psychiatry, meals, and a room with your companions.
Great, so you think I'm crazy or something?
No, not at all. You're in fact afflicted by a curse that alters your state of being. This is known as particularly the Adventurer's Curse. I won't get into further details here, but in our further sessions, I will discuss this with you. I'm your psychiatrist. Wait, where's the scientist? Oh, I didn't drop him in. He says, from now on, I'm your psychiatrist, Dr. Dill.
Wait, so do
Dilbert.
all the like lab coat people have the same face?
No. The lab coat people have different faces. It seems you haven't seen the men with fedora hats since you since you were knocked out at your apartment. The people delivering you seem to have been private military, and the scientists each have their own individual looks.
Fun stuff.
Let's premium assets for sure.
Okay, so Mr. Therapist, whoever you are we done now?
Yes, he says you're allowed to go to your room. The guard there will
wow.
escort you and unbind you, and you can take a rest, and we'll see you at dinner tonight. And he lets you out of the room with a push of a button on his desk. Look forward to your next session as the next character steps in.
Wait, I trip over in the doorway. I'm trying to make as much trouble for them as I can. I trip through the door and try and wedge myself into the door horizontally like a bar, so they can't pull me through.
So, what's your character's actual name? The family name?
Bees.
Bees. Oh,
Yeah.
Mr. Bees. He says, Mr. Bees.
It's Professor Bees, I'll have you know. I didn't spend 7 years in B school for nothing. Thank you.
Well, depending on how cooperative you are, we might have to see about the board rescinding your doctoral degree.
Joke's on you. They rescinded that years ago.
He writes that note down in his page. Can you help him inside? As the two guards pick you up to your feet.
I have
and
one
plant-
question. I have one question.
Yes.
What is my SCP designation by number, and what is the number referred to in this context?
He flips through your file. He says here, so the SCP facility, which we're known for, is the Secure, Contain, and Protect facility. We protect all of the world against the things that are abnormal. And he gestures to you. Your SCP name is SCP-821-A21.
What does the A21 denote specifically?
In shorthand, it means Adventurer 21. SCP-A21 is, of course, the Gygax curse.
And the initial number, is that just my individual designation?
821 is the Gygax curse. -A1 means you're Adventurer 21. You're the 21st Adventurer as a result of this curse.
I don't like these numbers. Can I have different numbers?
It seems to be in order of identification. You can put in a request of change of numbers, but unfortunately that has to be clarified by somebody with a higher clarification than myself.
Which specific somebody?
Higher than me.
Which specific higher than you?
Grade 4 and
Mr.
above.
Bees, is your first name Karen?
I would like to file with you that you please take to your seniors a request to change.
Oh, he wants to speak to the manager.
Everything you're saying is just furiously writing down in your file.
I'm busy talking to myself, apparently. I'd like to file an official request to change my my individual SCP number to Karen, please.
It says the number has been designated to you, but if you can get the approval of 2 level 4 SCP on-site facility monitors, then of course you can change your number.
Can you point me to those at some point, please?
No. And he ushers you off.
All right. Okay. Bye. See you later.
That was useless.
Don't forget to write.
Oh, we'll see you again in your next therapy session, sir. Here's the therapy couch.
You might as well put me in for quite a few of those. I'm gonna need them.
All right. He ushers you off to your room. Next goes in Emma, who I will take aside next time and then describe what she saw in her facility. But it's basically the debrief. She's also sent off to her room. And 2 more individuals enter and exit, each one going to their rooms. And then Yue steps in. You're still quite battered from the whole encounter in the sewers. Not to mention you haven't actually recovered after that shot. It seems you're a bit exhausted. Oh yeah, Brock, you got double exhaustion.
Oh, I got 3 levels of exhaustion now because I haven't slept.
Yeah, it seems that a warm, comfy bed is what's needed to alleviate exhaustion.
So basically, you're just a college student then.
Maybe. Yeah. Yue, the man steps inside. He says, "Take a seat."
I kind of just like plop on it, just.
So
That's my
here,
full weight.
the facility we're in is known as the SCP facility. The foundation is derived after the Secure, Contain, and Protect protocols needed to protect the world from dangers that are abnormal.
Is this like a prison or something? Because I can like call my dad and I can probably get out of here.
He says, "Oh, don't be so quick to hate this place. It seems we do make proper accommodations for everyone who comes here. In the saddest form, yes, it is a prison, but it is a special prison for people like you and others of your kind.
Were you calling me stupid?
No, I'm
Wow.
referring to adventurers such as yourselves.
I mean, I guess what we did could be described as an adventure, but I don't really know what you're talking about.
Well, you were found in the sewers battling a monster. Are you not surprised to think that is not normal?
I mean, I guess so. I didn't really experience anything like that with my old friends.
And these old friends are?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you their names. They're like my friends. They're like, my age and stuff.
Except Jessica. Jessica was a bitch, okay?
All right then. Well, it seems you've been quite roughed up, and our medical team could only do so much to alleviate the stress you've experienced. I assume you'd want to take a break before we continue in our next session.
I kind of rub my eyes and I'm like, yeah, that
You
would
can't
be
rub your eyes.
Oh,
You're in a
straight
straitjacket.
jacket. I keep saying it. I'm like, yeah, that would be appreciated. I can't really think straight.
He says, "Don't be alarmed. This is all normal for someone like you. This situation isn't a hallucination. It isn't a bad day either. It's just something
Then
that
it
is
would be a
supposed to
really
happen."
bad day.
I just say, fuck.
Please enjoy your stay as they take you off to your room. There we go, Dr. Dilbert. And then Brick enters as two guards have to sort of like move him into the room and then push him onto the seat itself. It's like they notice he's very, very tired as a person, and they tie back his hair in a sort of man bun.
What hair?
With
What hair?
the
Take
fragments of
over.
hair that are left. The fragments of hair that are left on your head.
Oof.
They put you down. Ah, Sir Brick Sampson. I see you have a exemplary military record.
If you know all that, then you're probably also aware of what I can do.
Yep. And so special precautions will be taken around you, Mr. Brick. It seems you'll be joining the other enraged individuals for weekly therapy sessions. Group anger therapy.
Anger management.
Is that agreeable with you?
I don't have a. What was it called? Group
Group anger therapy.
anger therapy. Why do I need anger therapy?
That very question is what begs to be answered, sir.
I can get
Seems-
angry by myself pretty easily. I don't need someone's help to get angry.
The therapy is to help you alleviate your anger and reduce blood pressure and other forms of exhaustion one might find themselves in. It seems here you're classified as a barbarian. Not as a literal
I am a marine.
Barbarian. Yes, but I am sad to inform you that you are under the effects of the Gygaxian curse.
What the hell is a Gygaxian curse?
It's hard to describe for your specific individuals.
Oh yeah,
You
try
essentially, in our studies, we have found that through sheer force of anger, you can increase your own physical strength and abilities of survival.
Well, of course I can. I'm a soldier. I survived Nam.
Of course, sir. And when did these bouts of anger begin?
Let's see here. About when they tortured me for about a month. How's about that?
Trauma-induced rage. All right. And then it seems the incident in the sewers was entirely coincidental, no?
Define coincidence.
Did you stumble upon it, or were you looking for it?
We were
Or
trying to
were
figure
you
out why all the pets were going missing and the water being contaminated. So we
in a
followed some two suspicious looking people, followed them to their house, got into the house, and then also found a way into the sewer from said house.
and as he's taking all of these notes, and you did this all of the self-interest of the pets in the town.
I did it in the self interest of the community.
All right. And would you say this was a endeavor you took upon yourself?
Well, nobody's paying me to do it.
All right. And would have you gone upon any other endeavors like this in the past?
If you have my entire file there, then you should already know that we recently came from. Um, what was the first place, previous town's name again?
The very
With
first one,
Mandy.
No,
the
no,
mist
no,
cloak, the mist cloak town,
no, not Salt Marsh.
the
The
Georgia
one with
Chainsaw
Wendy.
Massacre.
Yeah, that one.
The small brief pit stop that you took before entering Augusta.
Yeah.
Yes, it seems that you've just clarified that discrepancy we've had. So that was also your handiwork. All right. And he files it down. You may do things for the benefit of the community, but in the long run, what you are exposed to can only be more dangerous to those around you.
Yeah.
And so that is why you are currently being contained here.
You might also want to check out Salt Marsh.
Old Marsh. Oh, that incident. We'll talk later at our next session, Mr. Brick Sampson. We will now show you to where you'll be staying. And the guards direct you out of the room. As you walk out, you see the table sitting here. There's a whole bunch of buff people, but with like long hair, and all of their hair is pleated and
I found
tied
my
up.
people.
They all look at you, and they're like, another angry one. The guards take you all to your rooms. That's all the characters we got. Yes. The four of you is taken to your rooms. As the quarters open,
I'm getting Last Airbender vibes. They just have like one, I just have that one big room with all the beds in the center.
Mm.
Dr. Dilbert does eventually show up in the room. He went room by room, and he says, "So here is your
Question.
confines. I'll answer all questions at the end. So essentially, we like to group people up in what is known as he checks his notes, a party, an adventuring party. Since our studies have shown that most groups don't like splitting said party, the bedroom will of course be the same occupied room. We have taken some liberties to provide different colored bed sheets and a board
Wow.
game table over there with some board games in the back and bathrooms off to the side over here. They are public bathrooms. And this will sort of be where you'll all be staying until, well,
For the
until
rest of our
further
lives,
notice.
basically.
Well, no, you might be moved to a different facility as the guards, one by one, unstrap your collars, or unstrap your straitjackets. You see Emma's, as it revealed on her jumpsuit, it says there SCP, it's SCP-821-A54. Let me. Everybody knows their names and character tokens by now, so let me rename everybody their characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's my ACP number?
I don't know where I am in this thing.
Oh, you're not there. Let me grab you. You're still back in the cafeteria. None of you
So-
see Yule. Wait, where did I chuck you now? I chucked you over there. Okay. Okay, let me put you in the
Let
SCP.
me in! Let me in!
Alright.
Okay,
So-
great.
Let me...
Time to make a steel defender with fire.
Wait, as they're busy untying you, so let's see. Frida's is SCP-821-A56 A56 on her jacket. And the nameplate is... Okay. Is that visible to everybody?
Yes.
Yep.
I don't
Alright.
see any.
Under Frida, not you.
Oh, Frida. Okay, yeah, I see.
Emma is gaining A54. And see permissions, there we go. That's Emma as she walks around the room. Dr. Bees. They look back at the lab coat scientist and he nods to them and they take off your muzzle. And it says, "Don't worry, boys. There's no bees around here
Yet.
yet." Let me
Do
give you
mechanical
control of the
bees
character.
count?
I think he needs organic ones.
Oh.
Save settings. There we go.
I mean, we could try metallic bees and see if it'll work. I don't know.
A53. Okay. And then UA's. A55. And so the professor, the scientist, points up at the wall in the one corner over here, and the wall in the other corner above the door over here, and he says, "I'll see those security cameras will be allowed to monitor you in case of any events such as escape or some such,
Or bees.
or bees." That is correct. And in that case, actions will be taken. I hope you do enjoy your stay here, because there's no better alternative. And then you see on the
You could
wall over
always let
here.
us go.
No, that's not an alternative.
I just walk towards the bed
Do
and
you actually have a question, nurse, if that's possible? Damn it, I wanted to claim that one. How do you walk?
You click on your character and you can drag it around.
Oh, I see.
Mine doesn't want to drag.
Can I claim the table as my bed and just sleep on it?
Yes, you can claim the table as your bed.
Can you not click on your character, Michelle? There we go.
Oh wait, there we go.
Okay. Now you got...
I don't know what's going on with my mouse. It's not doing a thing.
Alright.
Okay, there we go.
Who is on the dragon currently? Which character?
my character UA.
Okay. Okay, well, I suppose if your Asian influence is only fair, you get the fucking dragon.
Also, I'm a draconic bloodline sorceress, so it makes sense.
Oh, okay, I see.
Alright. What's your AC, Dr. Bees?
Let me check. It is... What is AC again? Is that
Armor
resistance?
class.
That's armor class.
It's what?
Armor class.
So when an enemy hits you or attempts to hit you, they will roll a d20 plus their modifier to see if they do hit you. That's an armor class.
My armor class is blank. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
What-
If it's blank, it'll just be your plain clothes. Since wizards don't get an armor class or armor proficiency, what's your
So-
dexterity?
-5.
So it will be
That is not
10
good.
plus your dexterity, so that is 5.
okay. So an AC of 5.
My dude.
It's his character. All right then.
Why? What? Who's about to hit me? What do I do?
No.
No. I'm just updating your character
It just
token.
means that enemies are not gonna have a hard time hitting you.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It seems everybody wearing armor has been stripped of armor, so just update that
Oh,
on your
man.
armor class.
Natural armor, baby!
Yeah, same here. Draconic Resilience.
Of
I
0.
don't need armor, I've got muscle!
Yeah. So if that's the case, do I just set the AC to be 0? Do I?
No, it's.
No, you already
You
don't
don't have any armor
so
on,
just
so your
5
natural
stays.
armor, your natural AC is 10 plus your constitution modifier plus whatever armor you're wearing. But I'm a barbarian, so mine is my 10 plus my constitution and dexterity.
Natural armor is just dexterity plus 10.
Yeah.
So his is -5, so it'll be in the minus direction.
Okay,
his
so is that why I'm getting a blank for AC?
no, your AC is 5, so you can just fill in your AC there on your character sheet.
It's
Oh, on the far right of the character sheet, the one that you've got to fill in,
yeah.
it says there. Let me just open the same character sheet.
Show extra features.
No, so it says there under there's a block on the right
Yeah.
that says AC, and then it's got a whole stack of stuff. You just click on the drop down there, and you say unarmored.
Oh, I see. Okay, and I've got an AC of 10 and then an armor class of 5. All right. Thank you.
All right, there we go. Yeah, because your dexterity is directly applied to your armor class. All right.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay. So that's that. All right. Yay, everybody's got their characters moving about. And so here is where you can take a long rest uninterrupted. And
Right.
everybody besides Dr. Bees, you level up to level 4 because he already made a level 4 character.
Alright, I take the plain looking bed.
Everybody's claiming beds now.
Yep.
All right, here's where we'll take a break and go for tea. We'll be back in
Yay.
10 minutes.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna make some burgers.
All right.
Alright, cool. Let me put on some music for the audience.
Hit me with the best shot. Down. Thank you very much. Come back next time.
Do we maybe label?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, yay. Okay, let me do that quick.
Hell yeah. Wait, is everyone level 4 then?
Yeah, everyone is.
You don't have to. I'm following along on your thing. I'm telling you how to update your character sheet.
Yeah, but like,
Um,
don't you have an outdated version of the sheet?
I'm fixing all the stuff. Yeah. So on this side,
Yeah, but
the spell sheet is yours. That's fine. So you pick the noble background, or the noble background that came with things. So on your skills section, next to your ability scores, if you hover over those little dots that you can fill in, a small tooltip will pop up saying, as a noble you gain history and persuasion.
yeah.
So that's automatically filled in. As a wizard, it says choose 2 from Arcana, History, Insights, Investigation, Medicine, Religion. It seems you've only filled in one of them.
Oh shit, I see. So I've put in. Okay, so let me just check. So how many of these? Okay, so I've got history, I've got persuasion. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do I fill in the big dot or the small dot in the top right?
The big dot. The small dot in the top right is for a different class or ability that adds expertise onto it. So
Okay. Alright,
extra ability score even bigger.
yeah. And for wizard, I choose from so I can choose from any of these in the wizard one, correct?
Yeah. You pick those.
Just to make sure, so we've lost like all of the items.
Yes.
Okay, I just need to.
You still have your necklace around your neck.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that me, or can I actually fill in additional dots here?
So those 4 are all you get. Other classes get a lot more, like the bard or the rogue stuff. They get a lot more to add on to that.
Yeah.
So that's skill check.
Right.
Then it seems
Is that just the limits of being a wizard, for example?
yeah, one of the limitations of being a wizard is you get really cool spells, but you don't get many skills.
Yeah.
Alright. And then we'll go to so you picked human as your starting race.
Yeah.
When you did that, did you pick the variant human?
No, I just picked human.
Okay, then it would have put +1 into each of your stats.
Yeah.
So if you pick variant human, which I think would be better, let's open up your ability score modifiers.
It's a variant human.
So it's still a human, but it basically means it's a different starting human. So they sacrifice 3 of their, is it 4? They sacrifice 4 of their starting points, because the human skill tree puts +1 into everything. Instead, they get +1 into only 2 of their skills, and they start with a feature. That's an extra thing that fleshes out your character a bit more.
How do I'm only seeing human, I'm not seeing variant human.
Okay, so I see you did pick the regular human, so let's pick the variant human. It's essentially something you do yourself, so you decide. So since you didn't put anything into strength or dexterity or wisdom, because you kept it at its lowest, so essentially you have to pick between constitution, intelligence, and charisma. Which one did you put +1 into? Okay, wait. Let me show you. So you know that JavaScript window, that tiny little thing? There's a button called mods. Next to it is a button that doesn't have a name, but hovering over it, it says ability scores. You click on that. Up pops a tab. So
scores.
yeah, ability scores. So yeah, that's what popped up when you made the character. So basically here is where you fill in your ability scores, and they mostly don't change much, except for over the course of certain levels you get an ability score modifier, which allows you to put 1 point into 2 ability scores or 2 points into 1, or you can completely forgo those and take a feat instead. Feats are awesome. Everybody loves taking a feat.
Okay.
So what I do is basically at level 4, I should notify everybody, is I give them a free feat. So let's do it with your character now. So you see there.
So we get a free feat, plus we can also
Add to your ability scores.
nice.
Yes. All right.
What's
I have been listening this whole time, and this pleases me a lot.
All right. Okay. So
what is
in-
high total supposed to be at for level 4?
all right. So basically, you see there when it says racial bonus, it's the column with all the ones underneath it.
I've got a bunch of zeros, but yeah.
Under the racial bonus.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 of those, and only 2 of those, like Constitution, Intelligence, or Charisma, should have a 1 in them underneath it.
Can I choose any 2?
Yeah, you can pick any 2. You can put a 1 in 2 ability scores.
Only thing is, it says I shouldn't have a score base over 15, but does this count as exceeding the score base, or is this independent of the score base?
No, not the score base. It's next to it. It's the racial bonus.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that thingy at the bottom, it says normal point bias 27 points.
We're not using 0.5. Pretty much everybody here rolled for their stats, and you decided yours to be 0 in 3 of them. So I'm giving you some leeway.
Oh shit, okay.
All right. So yeah, most people point bias is something everybody agrees on beforehand, but we all agree to roll for the stats.
Should I really quickly just roll it? Should I really quickly re-roll then?
If you want to keep these stats, you can.
Yeah.
They're fine. Oh, do you want to re-roll them?
Well, I mean, I kind of like being the idiot who's got like 0 in 3 stats and then 15 in the other 3 stats.
All right, that's fine. So, which of the 3 stats that you got 15 in did you add 1 to?
Okay, so I didn't add. Okay, I didn't add 1, but must it add 1 to one of the 15s, or can I add 1 to?
2 of the 15s.
Yeah, can I add 1 to 2 of the zeros, for example?
In the racial bonus, yes, you can add it to them, but that won't change their score. They'll still be -5.
Yeah, so I bet it's add to the 15s.
Yeah. So, Constitution, Intelligence, or Charisma, you can pick 2 of them.
Yeah. What would you recommend?
Constitution in your case, and Intelligence because you're a wizard.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Okay. So then we go. So that's how your character started. So you had 0 in Strength, 0 in Dexterity, 16 in Constitution, and 16 in Intelligence,
Yeah.
0 in Wisdom, and 15 in Charisma on that same page. All right.
That's right.
So when your character started, if you scroll down a couple of pages to page 3 of 8.
Let me just check. Yeah.
So there you'll see in the empty page on the right side, there's called feats. So your character got to start with 1, where everybody else's didn't, because they picked the racial abilities of other races.
Yeah.
So you get to click on that little arrow next to the feat. No, on the drop down under the feat, and you get to actually pick of the many, many feats. I think you should Google them and then decide upon them.
Okay. Sweet.
And then now that it's level 4, you get another feat on top of your thing.
Oh, sweet.
So you also get an ability score improvement as well. So it's a free feat, and then you get the ability score improvement. So we go back to that first table.
Yeah, I see.
So the first ability score modifier, you can now, next to the racial bonus, there's a feat bonus. So there's where you put your feats in. So you, there's where you put your ability score modifier in. So you can put 1 again in 2 of them, or 2 in 1 of those ability score modifiers.
So 1 in 2 or 2 in 1, basically.
Yeah, that's your choice.
At what point does it at what ability, at what number does the ability score kind of become redundant?
The ability score goes up to 20, so that its modifier is +5.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the maximum.
Yeah.
In a sense, Oh wait, I just realized you can't have a strength score of 0 and a dex score of 0 or a wisdom score of 0 because characters with strength scores of 0 just die. There's an ability of an enemy that does that.
Should I
Change
Wait,
them all back to 1, and then right now you get a free feat and another ability score improvement. That's actually how it should have been. Okay, I just realized that discrepancy.
change the base scores back to 1?
Change the racial bonus so they all go back to plussing 1 to everything.
Right.
Alright, and now that it's an ability score improvement, you get to plus 2 to one of them or plus 1 to 2 ability score improvements.
What
Probably.
determines health between strength and constitution?
It's just constitution that determines health. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so I can add 2 to one of them.
Yeah, if you want.
And then for the feat bonus, I can add...
The feat, so the plus 2 will go into the feat bonus in Constitution,
Yeah.
bumping it up to an 18.
Okay, so the feat bonus, I do that in Constitution, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got a racial bonus of 3 in Constitution, and then a feat bonus of 2 in Constitution. Does that sound correct?
No, so your racial bonus should be 1 for all the skills.
Oh, okay, I see. And
then the feat bonus should only be 2 in Constitution.
okay, I see. So 18 total, like you say.
Yes. So you'll have 1, 18, 16, 1, and 16. That's
Yeah.
a viable character. Alright, you say apply.
Yeah.
And
1,
then you-
1, 18, 16, 1, 16, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You hit apply, then when you go back to the main character sheet, you click on above your maximum hit points, you just say, you go to the drop down again and you say change max HP to the total HP when using fixed values. So now it went up to 34, because your constitution went up.
Max total HP using fixed values.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Alright,
And
so now you get 1 feat. So basically you didn't start off as the variant human because of that, that those ability scores would kill your character if they were so low, down to 0. You need
Yes.
a 1.
So just the 1 feat, not 2 feats.
Yeah, just 1. So you get to click on the drop down under feats and you get to pick any one of them.
Okay, sweet. Thanks
Google
very
them,
much.
Google them all and then look at which one, like, pick which one you feel would be best for your character, but you can Google them all. And I think there are even newer ones released in Tasha's, which is the new book that came out, which give you even more options. Oh, you want to see the book? Tasha's Cauldron's feats are on page 79, Vanessa. Alright. So that gives you even more options. So take your time and look through them. They really differentiate your necromancer from a necromancer who picked a different feat and gives them entirely different abilities in combat and outside combat. Alright.
I've taken the alert feat.
The alert feat.
Always on the lookout for danger. You gain the following benefits. You gain a +5 bonus to initiative. You can't be surprised while you are conscious. Other creatures don't gain advantage on attack rolls against you as a result of being unseen by you.
Alright. So
Yeah.
you'll at least see tranquilizer darts before they hit you.
Yep.
And then you still pass on one.
And I have danger sense, motherfucker. Yeah.
Alright, then no sneak attacks on you. You don't have to tell me your feats, it's just they sort of what flesh out your character kind of thing. But if it's relevant to anything that happens, you tell me this feat would influence the situation this way, and then I'm like, okay, so you got this. Alright.
Yeah. Aaron, I've got a question.
Yes?
I've built a necromancer, but he's functioning a bit more like a bard at this point. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I built a warlock that functioned as a thief. He could see better than any druid out there.
Okay, sweet. So,
It's really a fluid class. There's lots of stuff out there. Alright.
okay, sweet. Thank you very much.
I remember one friend actually got it right to make a Jedi.
That's amazing.
All right then. Let's get back.
Can
You
I
all-
can I ask 2 myths questions before we get into this, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so number 1, obviously we minus all our equipment. Do abilities still work?
Abilities are inherent to you. They're not tied to your equipment, so
Okay.
you still have them.
Other question is, do I know everybody's names, or am I kind of just like the hermits in the corner on the table still?
In a sense, you haven't introduced yourself yet, which is the chance you get right now.
Sure.
To fully-
Oh, so like being on the table, like from the get go, is like a really weird move. But you do you, man.
It's a weird day for everybody, and nobody's questioning how weird it can get. Well, except for when your roommate climbs up onto the table and takes a nap there. Then they can be blamed for something.
So we all get a extra feet.
Yes. Notice to all the spellcasters and half-casters, your spell focuses, the ones that do the spells that do require focuses, like material components, things like that don't cost money, have been or are unable to cast them because you do not have the focus to channel the spell through. That's a limitation. If you do get the material component for a spell, then you might be able to cast the spell. You'll be able to cast the spell. Martial classes, I'm pretty sure you can hit just as hard, but not as hard as a monk. And clerics operate just fine, except for the fact that they can't cast their spells without a holy symbol.
So what is that about our like we still have our spell focus, but it doesn't work? What?
I said your spell focus has been taken, like all of your equipment.
You said I still have my necklace.
Yes.
It's my spell focus.
Strangely enough, for sorcerers, it's not.
Dang, nabbit.
So what? So okay. So what is the power in myself all along?
Sorcerer, yes. Been in you all along.
Fine.
You kind of set the bar really low on that one. Think of your necklace more as a placebo.
We roll for HP, right?
Use the average of fixed values, the average values.
Alright, cool.
It keeps it consistent and solid.
What is my average? Again, 7 plus Constitution modifier, so that's extra 10 levels.
Oh, everybody took a long rest, so let's just update their health. Celia will update hers when she comes back next week. I hope she watches the YouTube video so she at least knows how deep as shit everybody's in. Frida, do you update your hit points?
Yeah, I was there last week, so it should be the same.
Alright. There we go.
Wait, so I'm still a bit confused about the spellcasting abilities and stuff.
So you need a focus to cast spells through. Except for things like cantrips, which just require verbal and somatic components. Other spells, like most of them, say, except for ritual spells, they say basically you need like the eye of something to cast this, or you need a feather and a grain of dust to cast this spell, or you need a jewel worth a shit ton of money to cast this spell. Wizards usually negate that by either having a component pouch, being like, I have the cricket legs required to cast this spell, and then they cast the spell without limitations. But then, if they have a spell focus, it's just a different flavor, saying, I don't need the cricket legs, I have this magical object that channels the very forces of magic for me, kind of thing. But without it, you have to be like, damn, where am I going to find cricket legs to cast this spell? Kind of thing. So spells that don't require that, verbal, somatic, or just verbal and somatic
Does
spells.
does the spell amplify if it's giant cricket legs?
Amplify?
Yeah, bigger.
Do you mean more powerful?
Mm.
There's no spell amplify, Barbarian.
Okay,
No,
well
I'm
this
not-
sucks because I kind of need stuff to like make my magic work.
Yes, the moment you can disassemble anything, you can create your
Well, I have a
steel
crystal
defender.
bauble, or I had a crystal bauble, which
They
can
did
act as
check every crevice before
Yeah,
you
I know
entered Brock.
it's in the briefcase.
Oh, okay. I meant the prison wallet.
Listen, I can
I
just disassemble. I'm a word the beast. Sorry.
All right. So the next morning comes around. It's about what your internal clocks would say. Oh, somebody's got me on speaker again.
Sorry, I think that's me.
All right. I would say it's about what your internal clocks would say is probably 9 o'clock in the morning that the door to your room opens.
I'm
Room
assuming
cell
I only get one
level of exhaustion removed.
Yeah.
In this case, yes, you do. Or let's say 2 because you got your comfy bed to sleep on.
Okay.
Wait, do I have my steel defender?
No, you don't.
But the therapist said it was in my room. It's fine.
All right. Ah, wrong layer. Okay. Through your room steps a scientist. This man is different from the other one that you've seen. He's much shorter, wears round, large glasses over his eyes.
Is he
And
the guy
it's
that
got-
was in the sewer?
No, but he's got male pattern baldness, and his robe drags along on the floor.
The worst curse of all.
Some people make it work.
Yes, I was struck with the old man Ray down in the other facility. So, but luckily it didn't change much of my appearance. Dr. Gears actually suffered much worse.
He died of
Good.
old age, didn't he?
No. Good morning, everyone. Hello, A5 4, A53, A55,
You do
A56.
know we have names, right?
Yes, and A21 over there on the table. I am Dr. G. Bertley. So I will be the one taking you to the cafeteria today, and we will conduct our tests later on, after breakfast.
Wait. Now
What is?
that I have a full night's of rest, what? You can't keep us in here. We have human rights and stuff.
Human rights apply to humans. You're all
But we are
SCPs.
human.
Sadly, not anymore. As the file indicates, you've all been altered by the Gygaxian curse.
Well, you're not. Yeah.
If we're not human, what the hell are we?
And he looks at the file and he flips through it.
I am-
Adventurers.
Wow.
Okay.
So
That doesn't sound like a real thing, but okay.
let me get this straight. Since we are not human, does that mean if I snap your skinny little neck, that wouldn't be considered murder?
You're the 4th barbarian to ask that question. No, silly. It still counts as murder. However, you are not subject to a human trial. You would
That-
just be moved to a more dangerous facility for testing.
The Foundation certainly seems good at having its cake and eating it.
We have
What?
cake. Eat other cake here as well. Avoid all cake that you see in the hallways.
The cake is a lie.
More like the cake is alive.
Does it
Um,
taste good despite being alive?
Oh yes, everybody described the cake as tasting fantastic before dying. All right then, everybody.
okay,
Breakfast.
noted.
Depending on how much you like cake, could be worth it.
It's still interesting.
Wait, before the researcher leaves, I ask him, where's Sparky? Where's Sparky?
Who's Sparky?
D-
It's her
d-
pet dragon.
Shush! No, don't say it. They might go find him.
He like flips through it. I'll look into that one.
No! Escape, Sparky. Wait, no, instead, wait, come and free us, Sparky. I'm hoping that we have like some telepathic bond.
The researcher leads you down the hallway. So you see that you're all in a similar room, size room based on the door locations to the other hallway, across from the hallway. These must be the sort of safe residential quarters for the adventurers. As you got a plaque above your door, but it doesn't have any name written in it. On the other side of the door, you see the words "The Bone Snappers" written in it, and down the hall you see the Blood Squishers written on their doors, or written on the plaque above their door. Oh yes, that's the adventuring party's name. We let each party name themselves so that they feel unique around here.
Where does the word party originate from in this case? What's the nomenclature there?
So the nomenclature is basically, since you all travel together in a group, the gist is this, that the group doesn't like being separated once put together. And that in turn causes problems in and of itself, like reduced viability for survival, decreased ability to roll what is, as he flips through his notes, natural 20s for some reason. And all in all, it seems like everyone has a pretty bad time when separated. So the groups you see here in the cafeteria are sort of separated by their, he flips the notes again, classes, but they do sort back into their parties once again when they return to their rooms after the cafeteria time. He
You mean
says, yes?
Sorry. You mean to tell me we all have been diagnosed with mutually codependent separation anxiety?
No, we've all been diagnosed with D&D, basically.
It seems here you have the variant of the curse called 5th edition, which we'll be very interested to run tests on.
I would like
Oh.
to begin, please.
I love this metaphor.
It's not even a metaphor, it's like literally.
No, meta, not metaphor, meta.
Oh.
It's a metaphor. So he says, mingle
Okay,
with
so
your...
which class is where?
So he says, mingle with your peers, eat breakfast, and then by half
Don't
past
tell me
10,
what to do.
we'll collect all of you. Good day.
What is your name?
856.
Can I hit him in the face?
Wait. Hold on. What's this guy's name?
Dr. G. Bertley.
Dr. Berkeley, you don't happen to outrank the guy who was taking us in during the reception period, do you?
No, we're both rank 3s.
Is it inversely proportional? Is rank 2 higher than a rank 3?
Listen,
No,
these guys
rank
don't know
4
how
is
numbers.
higher. Rank 4 is higher, and rank 5 is the highest council in the foundational order.
Where's the nearest rank 4?
Not on site currently. But we'll discuss that more in the therapy session with Dr. Dilbert, as he goes into Dr. Dilbert's office. So you see, sitting in the cafeteria is all the group members that you saw yesterday, in their same seats as they all continue eating their meals. The one over here calls all of your attention.
Can I roll investigation on her just before I go over?
Yes, you can investigate her before you approach her.
How do I roll exactly? Sorry, I never used Roll20 before.
Ah, okay.
Alright.
So on the very far left, there's
Right.
a small tab.
Right.
The one that looks like a dice. You click on that.
Yeah.
Then a dice roller menu pops up,
Yeah.
and there you'll see all of your dice that you can roll. Plus also the advanced roll. You can say how many dice you want to roll, of what dice, and what modifier you want to add to it.
Yeah, you
Alright.
can do that dice roll if you want to add your own stuff.
Scroll down at the very bottom, you see that there's your last 10 rolls kept there, so you can easily re-roll them.
Alright,
If-
so in this case, for example, I've got
How much in investigation?
+5 in investigation.
Oh,
All right.
so-
So you go onto the advanced dice roller.
Yeah.
It's automatically got a d20, so the plus next to it on the side, you click all the way up to 5, plus
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
and then you click roll.
Uh,
Yo.
No, not 5 d20s.
Oh.
One d20 plus 5.
Let me-
Plus
Oh,
5
shit.
to the 17 roll.
You only click it once. There is
Yeah.
a setting
Alright.
in the options where you can turn it into a 3D dice.
And just click and drag it across the screen so
No,
it
you
rolls
just
as
click.
well.
You just click roll.
Okay.
Click and
So
okay. Right, so I click it, and then I drag. Is the drag
No,
No,
that's
just
confusing
click
now.
the roll button.
Just
It will
click.
automatically roll a 3D dice if you activate it.
No, scrap that. There's no 3D dice. Just click roll.
Which roll? I don't see a roll. I see the
The
dice,
pink
but
button that says roll.
on the dice roller, the menu that popped up when you
Advanced
clicked on.
roll.
oh, I see advanced dice roller. I see an option for that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so the roll
Oh,
with
okay.
the
then
number on it means how many
How many
times.
dice you want to
Or
roll?
how many dice?
okay.
Then your
Yeah.
what dice you want to roll, and then how
One-
much you
one at a
add
time,
to
one
that
at-
dice.
One
Okay,
at a time.
I think I've got it. Tell me if this is correct.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
perfect.
Okay,
So-
great.
On your investigation check of 20, you see that this person sitting is holding in their hand, sort of hidden in their orange jumpsuit sleeve, what appears to be a small creature poking its nose out, and she's feeding it biscuits to it. She quickly hides it the moment she glances you staring at her. This
Can I-
person seems to have proficiency with animals of some kind, and almost has the small stature of someone that can easily hide.
It's a hobbit.
No, I think that would be the rogue.
Can I investigate the creature, or did I not get good enough level?
The creature had whiskers. That's all you saw sticking out.
It's a rat.
It's a mouse.
She says, "Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on, have a chat with me."
I'm just gonna sit on the table again.
I am going to go get food.
All right, we'll see you
so-
later.
So what exactly is going on here? We're really confused.
She says, "Well, the confusion will pass. Either that, or you'll never follow it." But basically, we're all sitting here in our classes because it gives us the most to discuss. You all look a bit different from what you did yesterday. Did you all level up during a long rest?
Yeah.
Would we know that? Like, we as characters, would we know that?
This woman kid.
It's a strange concept. She phrases it differently. In layman's terms, did you feel a sense of improvement when you woke up this morning? Not in your situation, but in your sense of self.
You
I
mean
mean,
like
I guess so.
take steroids?
Like resting? Yeah.
What did you say? Dr. Bees?
After it's the same kind of feeling as after you've taken steroids, kind of dealy.
Yes, yes. She's like finger to the nose and points at you and is like, of course. So, like, would you say how many times has this happened before, or haven't you noticed?
Uh,
Maybe
I mean,
4
isn't
times
it
before?
normal?
1 + 2 divide by the bees 4. Oh,
Rough estimate. She's like, okay, so maybe none of you actually know. Well, in a sense, yeah. If you do that too many times, you get moved off to a different facility.
does
They
the
say,
new
But we're not doing anything.
does the new facility have cable TV or bees?
well, it's a different facility where the higher levels go. I suppose they do different tasks or things more suited to them. But I'm A12. I'm sort of the ranger of this facility, the only one. And she looks around. Oh, Emma's also sitting there, twiddling her thumbs. She says, over there, you can see the large brutes. There's the barbarians, as they call themselves. They like to get angry and throw tantrums a lot. And sitting in the corner over there is the only one that can actually mingle with them, but even though he's not a barbarian, he says he's a fighter, which makes no sense because everybody can throw a fist. Over there, see those lunatics with their bed sheets wrapped over their head? Those are the wizards.
Oh, yes. Immediately wander off. Just midway through the conversation, I'm gonna fuck off and approach the wizard table.
All right, bye-bye.
In the rudest way possible, I'm gonna be like, peasant, how dare you speak to me?
And then you see she points over there. Like, over there seems to be the more faith-based casters, the clerics and well, just clerics for the time being. We had a paladin here once, but he leveled up too fast, and so he was sent off elsewhere.
You mean Bible belters? I see.
Yes, what's it? Bible thumpers.
Bible thumpers.
Deity
However,
fangirls.
however, one of them is actually Hindu, and so they sort of vary depending on what faith they have. The ones over here seem to be a bit more naturally inclined casters, differentiating from faith and whatever those posh ones over there do. I would say the ones with the more innate ability in themselves and the ones tied to nature through their abilities are sitting at that table.
What are these druids or these warlocks?
They are a mix.
Druids,
They're sort of
warlocks, sorcerers.
they're people that don't fit in with the wizards, and they're people that don't fit in with the clerics. So they're every other caster. Are any of you rangers, perchance?
My spirit?
We don't think so. Whatever
I mean-
that is.
Yeah.
But tell me, do you know what classes you are?
I mean, we're all in this one room. Isn't this one class?
All right, we'll probably have a chat later then. So Brock, as you approach the cafeteria line, there's a tray, an empty tray waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
And down the aisle, there's nobody standing in line for food, so you can take your fill, as there seems to be a large, burly dude with a hair wig on, even though he's completely bald. And he seems to have several lacerations across his entire face, but they've all healed into scars. As he's like, chicken or fish.
Chicken.
And he takes tongs and pinches you a piece of chicken and places it, and he moves over. Mash.
Yeah,
You want potato mash?
yeah. Not
That's
really
horrible.
breakfast food, but sure.
Gravy.
Yes.
He scoops you a ladle of gravy and pours it over. Vegetables.
Naturally.
Oh no.
sweet potato.
Yes.
He scoops that, and then you get to the end of the line, and there you get your spork.
Okay,
With
well,
a-
it looks like Rock found the food.
Can I take an action?
Where am I?
Yes, we get to your turn now, since you're the second to leave the table.
Oh shit! Sorry, is it turns? Okay,
Yeah,
so
we sort of address everybody in turn so that nobody has to be interrupted by anybody else, and then we get through to everybody.
Unless you
Okay.
want to interrupt that person if you're in the conversation.
I
All
did like want to interrupt you, but it was like it's a joke.
Okay.
I don't know if that's like
Yeah, you can crack jokes at the end.
shut.
Okay. Okay, no time for a joke now. All right. You walked over to the wizard table, and you see each of them does indeed have their bed sheets like wrapping their body, almost in the form of a cloak or a cape.
Why
And they
are
sort of,
wizards
like,
always
turned-
the weird ones?
They turn to look at you, and they like flick their capes behind their shoulders, and then they like stretch out their chest, but they clearly look anemic.
What I
Where's
do?
Squirrely? Please tell me Squirrely is in this fucking group.
He's
That
too
was
high level
swirly.
to be here.
Squirrely's my character from our Dragon Town game.
Oh.
He's too high level to be here.
Okay, so they're kind of like staring me down almost.
Yes, they like do the elevator look where they like look down at your feet and look back up at you, but
Okay,
they're
so
not smiling.
what I want to do is I want to assert wizard dominance. What I do is
Obviously, you climb on the table.
let me finish. I climb on the table really slowly while maintaining eye contact. I take my jacket off, hold it over. I kind of wear it on my head like a hat. Then I put both of my arms out and I go oodly, 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 oodly.
Roll performance. So that's a skill.
Oh no.
So you look at what your modifier is for your performance skill on your character sheet.
Check. Where's that?
So that long list of skills that you could
Yeah.
add abilities to. There's a number next to performance.
Yeah, I think mine's +3. Let me check.
What's your charisma?
It's
My
plus
charisma is 16 plus
So-
3.
Oh,
Performance is
okay.
3.
All right. So
I
now
think-
you go back to that dice roller. Yeah, okay, d20 plus 3.
I think I'm getting it right.
You stand
Yeah.
there with your thing wrapped above your head. And all of the other wizards say for a second, "What school do you study from, brother?"
I study the art of necromancy and bees.
Like you hear a snicker from behind you. Necromancy. This is one of the lesser classes. Clearly he has not fully taken on that the divine class of abjuration is the best of them all. And then they like snicker amongst themselves.
Like one
What
guy sounds like he has braces.
Yeah. Meta question, what's abjuration again?
It's a different school of magic other than necromancy.
Summoning
No, but what-
shit.
It's the ability to change shit from the materials of some from one material to another, and shielding, I think.
Can I respond with an action possibly?
Yes, you can. What do you do in response?
I want to. Which one? Can you ping the one that talked possibly? How do you ping?
You
Is that
hold,
the
one over
you
here?
hold left click.
Yeah.
Can I message him, like as in the actual action message, the tele?
Cast the spell message. Yes. As
Yeah.
you cast a spell and then message the spell to him.
Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to play back a sound that I've got stuck in my head, and this is the sound.
Is it playing over roll 20?
Oh yeah, roll 20.
Post a link to it.
Sorry.
You describe the sound basically.
It's the sound of a bunch of fucking bees in his head.
And then He snickers once again. Clearly, he does not know that the message spell is used for long-term communication and not for inflicting thoughts on another. That would be a bard's domain. And they all snicker again. Well, tell us, necromancer, do you bring the dead back to life?
Sorry, man, I can't do anything about your social situation.
Ooh.
Is quite a good retort, wizard, but it seems your domain is more with the clerics at that table over there. However, if you are allowed to sit with us, if we do allow you to sit with us, you will have to wear the proper attire next time you meet us, and also pledge that necromancy is the lowest form of magic.
I really hate this guy so much.
Just confirm it's the one in the top left, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll remember his face.
Yeah.
Geez, I'm gonna fucking go say hi to the clerics. Maybe they'll be nicer.
The clerics, of course, being much better in appearance than the wizards, and of course they do care about their health. Look surprisingly better than most people. Oh, but we'll get back to you now. Emma's not here, so Yue. After the ranger points out the group sitting over there at the other table, they're sort of the mixed bag of magic casters. He says they didn't have enough to form a group of their own, so they sort of coalesced together because they're more tolerable towards each other.
I didn't see the whiskered animal he had, right?
No, he didn't.
Then I go sit with the other magic users. And I introduce myself, I guess. And I'm like, hi, is this like a high school clique thing?
Frida, you're also welcome to join.
Yeah, I go check it out there. If I can move my... Hello, move. Please.
Another name you're under right now.
No, I don't know, my mouse is like acting up. It doesn't want to...
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, that was me moving it, but yeah, okay.
No, that was me. I was moving it there. I don't know, this thing is like bugging up.
Is it a wireless mouse?
Okay, there we go. No.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
wired.
So,
Okay, well, anyway.
so sitting with the group, the three women look at you two. So what's your deal?
I don't know, man. We just got here like yesterday.
The first day blues. Well,
Yeah, everyone's saying we're like a class. We're part of a class. I don't even know what class I am.
yeah, I don't know what hogwash they're all spouting, but there seems to be a lot of discrepancies here. Maybe you want to go with A13 over here. She gestures and go fetch breakfast this morning.
Sure, I'll go do that.
And she goes to line up for food.
For food.
Oh, Brock, what do you do after getting food?
I walk over to the barbarian table, sit down, looking as intimidating as I possibly can, and start taking a one bite of the mashed potatoes.
You see all the barbarians sitting at the table only have vegetables on their plate.
Seriously?
Oh, vegetables and mash.
Vegetables and mash, okay.
Well, are you going to introduce yourself? Says the one in the far right corner.
Samson, Brock. Samson, Brick, U.S. Marine Corps.
Brick, then. You seem to be holding in quite a lot of unrequited anger.
Well, let's just say I do not appreciate being locked up for no reason.
The large buff woman next to you sort of scoots over and says, "Come on closer. We're all groupie here." She says with her meal, "So are you also getting the mandatory anger management therapy?"
Yep.
All right. Oh, but you haven't gone for it yet, though.
Nope.
Well, it's a group therapy, so this is our little group. We're all a part of it.
Alright. So tell me, what's the plan?
The plan for anger therapy?
No,
Well, it
the plan
usually
to get out
involves
of here.
the large man looks almost part Swedish, says with a Texan accent, "The plan for getting out of here, yeah, failed about a week ago. We each had a groupie from the fourth party that's no longer here. They all tried to make a break for it by going through each door. We just heard the gunfire the moment they got out of this facility. And then we were all locked away in our rooms for about 2 days as the facility was under lockdown. So you kind of missed the big escape, brother."
So they failed because they worked alone. That's what you're telling me.
No, they were a whole party. They were all working together, practically tight-knit as any family can make here.
No. What I mean is they failed because they did not work together as everyone.
Sort of hushes you down. He says, "We all knew about the plan, and we all knew that we could get them out with everything that we tried. However, it was only them that could make the break for it, because everybody knew it was practically lethal to try.
Alright,
They were the crazy ones, the
just-
screaming skulls."
just give me a moment. Doc wants something, apparently.
All right, we'll get back to you as Dr. Bees. No, wait, as Frida. You're sitting at the table with the two other ladies. Or did you go fetch food?
No, I'm still sitting at the table.
So they look you up and down. "I don't sense anything special about you." "Yeah. So what makes you really magical?" says the girl to your right.
Well, I guess not me, but I had this little steel dragon thing I built.
She's one of them fiddlers.
Yeah, I'm a tinkerer.
Yeah, we used to have one of those in the flaming, the screaming skulls. What's they call themselves? Yeah. So she hushes down. "They tried to escape 2 weeks back, but they all got shot.
Oh my soul.
This was the previous fiddler's toy." And she hands you a Rubik's cube,
Oh hell yeah.
but it's made of wood. I don't
Better
know.
than nothing.
I couldn't figure the thing out, but I think it was only made for people like you, with the smarts to make things. Here in this place where you can't really make anything.
Mm.
That's good news. Don't be worried right now. If you can at least survive a month in here without causing too much trouble, maybe we can get things back on track," says the one lady across the table.
On track to where?
Well, she says, "Well, we'll catch you up later on, but we can't chat too much now. You're going for your first therapy session tomorrow." Oh,
We are?
and believe me, everybody spills their guts in therapy.
Well, I'm not going to.
Oh, believe me, honey, everybody does. Now you go get yourself some food, and don't think about it too much.
I asked the lady next to me
Kaden.
a question.
Yeah.
I just asked her. So said that we're going to be doing tests later. Do you know what that is? Is that like a written thing?
Well, they don't tell us much, but they say no. It's more practical tests. You get put in a big room, and then you get to interact with things. The big lugs over there all describe that they have to punch something really hard, or sometimes something nasty gets thrown at them, and then they also get to punch that real hard. But they seem to calm down a lot now that they've been to anger management classes.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, my dog has something. I'm gonna be right back.
I love how everyone's dogs are like interfering.
Yeah, my dog wanted to go pee.
Is this a woman or a dude? I can't decide.
That's a woman.
Are you
I
sure?
first thought it was someone with a hood over their head, but
Yeah,
that
it's not-
is an elven woman.
Is
She has
that
lips.
hair or is that a hood? Oh wait, no, that's hair. You're right. I thought it was just a bald woman, but all right.
So you were chatting to the lady next to you.
Should ask about the test.
She
And-
says like it really varies to anything what those two lab coats over there can think up.
Is it scary?
Well, only if you're afraid.
Right. Uh-huh. I kind of just continue getting food.
All right. The big man with serrations on his face is like asking you chicken or fish, mash, veggies, all that kind of stuff.
Fish with everything else.
All right. With everything else, and he pulls out like a tub behind
No,
the
that's
counter.
and I'm
You
not
see
going to
what-
go through the whole thing that Brick went through where it's like, yes. I'm just speeding along the process so the next person can talk.
You see caramelized onions are sort of like plopped onto your plate as
Ooh.
well,
I want that.
and then gravy is poured over it, which
How
doesn't
is
really
this
go well.
considered breakfast?
Listen, leftovers. count.
All right. So
Where's the
then
eggs?
finally we get to
In the
Dr.
chicken you
B's.
ate.
Dr. B's approaching the cleric.
But time's the charm. I'm gonna stomp up what's really wide steps. Like I'm gonna crouch powerfully. And I'm gonna be like, "Greetings, miscellaneous religious fanatics. This is I, Dr. B's."
Why are you called Dr. B's?
Isn't it
I
Professor
thought you were
Bees?
Mr. B.
Professor.
No,
Uh,
Mr.
Okay, wait, one at a time. Did you guys ask that in character? The
No.
Dr. B's?
No, they just ask you why you called Dr. B's.
Because I'm a doctor of bees.
So you like studied the anatomy of bees, or did you actually get a PhD for that?
No, I got a PhD in bee propology.
Oh, okay. So you're a bit more educated than those ones sitting over there with their bed sheets.
I wouldn't say that, considering the fact that my doctorate got revoked several years ago. And considering the fact that before the doctorate I only had a GED, not a safe bet.
The short, stout woman at the bottom there says, like, at least he's a bit honest with himself and us.
And you two, what are your names, noble clerical people?
Oh, my name's Dahlia, but the people around here just call me A43. Nameplate that you can see.
And you, the one with the hood. What's
She's
his
a taller, slender woman. Tall, slender woman with a fair face and golden hair. She says, I am Mabrishka. I was condemned of being communist, but then trial never came around, and I was actually brought here, said to be cleric. They call me A36.
You know, A43, A36. I feel like you two and I are gonna get along really well. It's been an entire 40 seconds and you haven't insulted me once. That's such an
Well,
amazing.
hold on. We've yet to begin, considering your entrance and standing on table. Very American, don't you think? Short, stout woman's like, well, I don't want to give an opinion on the guy. Maybe he's just had a rough day.
Well, obviously it's going to be very American. You're in America.
You know what the worst part is? I don't even know if I assume Dr. Bees would be American. Can I roll persuasion to tell them that I actually have communist sympathies?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Let me just double check. So that's persuasion. That's
+3.
yeah. I think it's +5 for me. It's +5 persuasion.
Yeah, because you got your proficiency.
Dang.
Yeah, because I was an idiot when I rolled my character.
All right. 15. The Russian lady sort of like doesn't look down on you now, as her nose is like tilted a bit down now. She says, so do you work in the medical profession, or are bees not required of medicine?
Oh no! It's more of a philosophy. Bees aren't such a medical thing. They're philosophy. It's about the hive. You know, the good of the hive over the individual drones. You know.
Oh, well, what we two have in common is that we both worked as nurses in our different states. We also attended our local churches as well, and therein we found help and the ability to help others. It is sick what they do here.
I agree. The numbers are a bit much. I mean, I can understand identification, but you're not going to do any favors with people by giving them numbers. You know.
No, it is the tests that sometimes end very bloody. We are tasked with patching everyone up.
Oof.
Yeah. It is a thankless job. Right, that is. It's very thankless. But it is better. It is better now that everybody except for, like, throws a flick over her shoulder. Everybody except for that table does appreciate our help a lot better.
Which table's that?
Obviously the wizards that look so sick.
Oh. I thought you were pointing at like the table of the people who died.
No,
Dun,
no.
dun, dun.
Pointing to implying that the wizards still think they're above everybody else. You did
Yeah.
notice that all the wizards had on their plate was gravy and chicken.
If I can ask A36 and A43, what exactly happened to the wizards to make them the way they are?
They say it is a first edition illness. They come off as posh and superior because of imaginary school they studied at. We don't know if it can be cured, but it seems through great effort maybe they can at least learn some manners, but that does not come along often. Superiority complex and inferiority complexes do not mix well in the same person. She wides her eyes and takes a bite of her meal.
As someone who used to have a doctorate in bee propology, I do agree that faking education is probably not a good thing.
Yeah, they look over. It's like, is your friend sitting alone at the table over there? She seems very peaceful.
You mean SCP 821 A54?
Yes. Have you known her long?
Oh no, I actually just came in with. Okay, so you've obviously seen the new group. Apparently, people around here get grouped by virtue of relations. I kind of only came in there with them last night. So it's not a long relation. I actually think SCP A54 is being controlled by someone. It's just a theory. Currently,
They look up at the clock positioned over here and they say, "Ooh, Scoot, we almost have tests. Better eat up."
Dr. Beach requires no food.
All right, so all of you grab your meals and sit at your respective tables that would allow you to sit there. After having your meals, Dr. Dilbert and Dr. Bertley, accompanied by like 2 guards, step out, and they say to everybody, "All right, everyone, that's 10:30. Come on, let's go to our chambers, and it seems today we will see what the new group has to offer. We will also be testing the blood squeezers today as well. The bone
What
crushers are the blood squeezers are the name of the one group that you saw.
I was imagining a medical device.
The groups have named themselves. Oh yes, let us ask the new group, and they sort of have you all huddled together in a group. What do you call yourself?
I don't care as long as we get out.
Can we do a team huddle real quick? Is that allowed?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
perfectly allowed.
Alright, random humans who I only met last night before I fell asleep on the table.
That's too long.
I propose we call ourselves the B Squad.
Rejected.
No.
The Stingers.
No.
The Alpha Team.
The
Somebody else give a
A-Team.
suggestion. Somebody else give a suggestion.
The A-Team.
I think
The what
take-
now?
We
Okay.
can be the C Team.
No. We are not.
Divided.
The B Team.
No.
We call
That
ourselves
seems like we're
VW.
losing.
How about they told us on Discord when everyone can vote.
So
The
everybody,
undecided. The
everybody will-
to be determined.
Divided.
so
The
everybody will
TBDs.
will give a name, and then we'll put it in a hat, and then we'll pull from the hat. I'll pull from the hat.
I swear, if it's bees, hey.
Yeah, but Celia should also be able to vote.
I know, so that's why it'll be picked next week.
How many people are we?
You're
It's-
up.
It's
At the current moment, 5.
Yeah, the current moment 5.
And we're missing 2 people.
It's Celia who's
The
there.
five. Actually, that's not a bad one. But that's very late.
All right. So, being undecided, the groups are like, "Oh, they didn't pick a name yet." All right. Dr. Bertley says, "Through here, new ones." And then the other group split off into their different sections. And you're ushered into an empty hallway, followed down a long corridor. You make it to 2 large sets of doors that open when Dr. Bertley just approaches them. He lets you all enter the room. Let's see here. Yes, everybody post their names.
No escape bees. It's escape bees. As in, we will be escaping, but not on bees.
I'm getting so much use out of that joke.
My map thingy doesn't want to have me like scroll up and down the thing.
So then it probably is your mouse.
Oh my god.
So Dr. Bertley says, all right, everybody, you stay in this room. And then he goes through the large doors, and the doors open a crack again. He slips out, and you see him on a glass panel on the other side. What you can tell is a very, very thick glass panel. All right,
I do
everyone.
not like the looks of this.
Can I
This
roll
is
up
like
Rick real quick? If possible.
You want to roll what?
Can I go up to Brick real quick and say something?
Yeah.
Okay. Giant man, I have apparently a large constitution score. If trouble comes, pick Bees up and use him as club. Understand, Bees?
What?
So pick you up and use you as a club. Got it.
Sweet. Okay, cool, man. Glad we understand one another. Just try not to hit my head on anything if you can. Try and use the feet.
But the head is the hardest part.
If you keep being like that, I'm not going to let you use me as a club.
So then Dr. Bertley, in front of a large console, presses a button, and you see like out of the floor pops these cylinders holding something on it. 5 straw shapes. These 5 steel cylinders pop up out of the floor with smoke emanating around them. And he says, "All right, can you all look at the axes? There's like on each of the cylinders, there's an axe sort of held upright by a stand." He says, "Each of these identical axes were made by the same manufacturer. However, one of them is special amongst the rest."
Do they look like
Can you?
the axe that I had?
No, these are wood chopping axes.
Ah.
Clearly all made brand new, not much used.
Do I have detect magic?
Well, in a sense, you can investigate something with an arcana, or you can roll an arcana check to determine something.
Can I roll investigate?
I look for the
Yes.
sharpest axe.
All right,
Roll Arcana.
everybody can roll investigation.
Shit, I've done it again.
Yep.
Ignore that.
Still roll
Eight.
Arcana.
You can still roll for arcana.
Or
Can I add my intelligence modifier? Or is that not allowed?
Your arcana is based on your intelligence modifier.
Ah, okay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yo, you guys rolled so low.
All right.
How?
So, Michelle, you using the sense of arcana, inspect each of the axes as Brick is like is like unsatisfied that each axe is equally sharp as the first one. He can't seem to find a sharper one, and he doesn't have anything to really test it other than poking it with his fingers. UA investigating notices that all the axes are made by the same company, just their handles are gripped differently. Emma doesn't do any of the investigation. She's like probably getting closer, grouping up the party.
She's like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Frida, you notice that the axe on the far left over here has a magical aura to it.
Cool. Can I have it?
Yes, you can pick it up. Dr. Bertley presses the intercom button again and his voice blares over the speaker in the room. "So what's unique about that axe, Frida?"
It's
Sorry,
like-
I meant A56. What's unique about that axe?
Okay, well, now I'm not answering you.
But you did notice something different about it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Could you tell me why it was different from the rest?
I don't know. There was like magic or something.
And then he says, could you tell me specifically what is magical about it, or can you not?
This is getting annoying.
They're running
Listen,
tests.
dude, I don't need to answer any of your questions, okay? I have a name. I'm Frida. I'm not whatever number sequence
All right, then.
find me, okay?
Everybody, please grab an axe.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I take an axe.
I grab.
All of you equipped with axes.
I'm just gonna move to the far side of the room.
He's like interesting as he sees you like move to the far side of the room. You hear pen jotting down on the other side of the room as the cylinders retract into the ground.
I
And then
really hate this so much.
he then says, "All right, everybody. Thank you for participating in the test. You now all have earned a reward."
The axes.
No, not the axes. And he's like, pressing one button a few times. And then as he like hits the console really hard, then all of a sudden the large steel doors on the other side open up. And there in the center of the room is a large chest inlaid with gold and made out of a wooden box. You're allowed to look what's inside of that chest.
I step towards the chest
I think maybe let me investigate it first.
and
just
I
to-
poke it with the axe.
Oh god.
Okay.
You poke the chest with the axe, but it just seems to slide along the floor when you push it.
I stare at the chest and like, I go. It
Yeah.
makes no sense. Compels me though.
I use the axe to try and open the lid.
It seems the lid is unlocked. It only has a latch over it.
Yeah, I use the axe to lift the latch and try to open the lid.
It's difficult because the latch just falls down every time you lift it up. You can't just use a single hand to open the lid with the latch.
Barbarian, please let me roll investigation on the obviously bizarre, strange chest.
Alright, go for it.
Thank you.
Step
So
on up.
D20. Wait, do I have to be near it to roll investigation?
Yes.
Oh, but okay.
I ready
Well,
the axe for if something in there moves, I'm hitting it.
Okay, so perception would be to look to see if something, if you notice something about it. Investigation would be to determine what you noticed and how it differs from everything else.
I'm gonna roll investigation because my perception is dog shit.
So looking at the chest itself, from a close range, you can notice that the chest is a shiny quality like gold, but the wood itself almost looks plastic.
My professional medical opinion, even though I'm not a medical doctor, is that the chest is either fake or it's one of those monsters that pretends to be a chest so it can eat you.
Okay,
It's one of those things.
open it.
Dr. Bertley blares over the radio. So why do you feel the need to investigate the chest before opening it?
Because you put it here, that's why!
So you're saying you have a general distrust of chests?
No, I have a general distrust of you.
Fair enough. You may open the chest.
I think maybe just give it a hearty smack. If there's any gold inside, it won't do any harm if you just break the chest first.
I whack it with whack it on the side. Not enough to do damage, just enough to make a
Loud noise.
yeah.
You whack the chest. And roll investigation, Brock.
Investigation 20.
Ooh, nice
You-
one.
You see that the chest sort of like shifted a bit, almost as if it was like a very light chest for its appearance. Chest
But you
itself.
couldn't open the latch
Nope.
without using two hands. How?
Is the chest directly set on the
18 to
floor?
hit.
As you chop your axe down into the chest, it digs into the chest itself, and its consistency feels almost like that of meat. As
Oh,
two buttons pop open on the chest, and the chest rushes at you.
Oh my
We can
god.
all roll initiative.
how do you do that?
That's just a D20.
Yeah,
Okay.
plus your your dexterity modifier. Natural 20.
the modifier is the one with the plus or the minus next to it, correct?
Yes, that is
So,
correct.
so you see at the top of your character sheet there says initiative. That's the modifier. It's based on your dexterity, which is -5.
Yeah. What
So
the
you'd roll a 20, and then you would -5 from that.
Yo,
Oh wow, 2 nat 20s in one go.
Woo!
Why are all of you rolling
That's
well except
three.
me?
listen. Last time I had the curse, okay, I couldn't roll for shit.
We have 3 nat 20 initiatives. What was the damage
And
I
also,
dealt to
I
the
have
thing
the
with my
magic.
first hit?
I mean,
Uh,
the
the-
magic axe.
The axe is a regular axe.
And the magic one?
Oh, you haven't swung with that one yet. Frida, you feel
No.
that when you hold the axe, the chill from the axe sort of sends your hairs along your hand. Like it raises the hairs along your hand.
Oh, like goosebumps.
Yeah, goosebumps basically, as you hold the axe itself.
Okay, that doesn't tell me much.
It's a hand axe. It does 1d6 slashing. It's a light weapon and it can be thrown.
Epic.
So what's the chest doing?
It's now
7
attacking Brock.
7
How?
damage.
The chest itself seems to morph in shape and open its lid to reveal razor-sharp teeth and a mouth on the inside as it starts like sliding like a slug towards Brock. So it took 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
How do infusions work again? Do I need?
At a long rest, you touch an object.
Oh man.
At a long rest, you basically, if you have the materials around you, which in most cases you do, but not in this case, you can then create an object and imbue
Okay,
it
that's
with
not gonna
magical
work.
properties.
You have like if you want to make boots of winding and you have boots, then you can also make those boots into boots of winding. You don't need to like make a boot from scratch.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do have shoes, which you can probably infuse. Brick,
Cool.
what did you roll for initiative? Was it a
22.
nat 20?
Yeah, nat 20.
Oh, okay. And you had the same as Frida. All right. Okay, so Frida, it's your turn. What do you do? As this chest is clearly alive and not a chest at all. And intends
Okay.
to fight Brock.
Well, obviously I need to like stop it. So I'm gonna stab the chest. Or
Swing the
try
axe
to.
at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll me a d20 plus your strength.
Oof. Okay, that's just a normal d20. Not too bad.
So that hits.
Okay, that's just a normal d. Not enough, but it's some.
So 2 as you chop into the chest. You see it gush out a bright green liquid blood.
Ugh.
Brick, it's your turn again, as your incentive was right. Or your deduction was right. This chest was a trap.
Okay. I go into a rage. I attack. Whoops. And I attack again. 10.
The 10 doesn't hit.
Alright.
Oh, you still got 2 levels of exhaustion. One level
One
of
level of
exhaustion.
exhaustion, yeah.
All right.
Oh wait.
Dr. Bees.
Who's A54 again?
A54 is Emma.
Can I cast Dragon's Breath on her?
You can.
Or what I roll?
I want
for
to.
that?
You just go up and touch her, and then she has the ability to do Dragon's Breath as an action.
Okay, well I've got a Dragon's Breath. Who wants it? Okay, cool. Got it. Emma.
Emma will give it.
Sweet. I hide behind the wall again.
All right. Emma has now got Dragon's Breath. Can she pick the damage, or do you pick the damage?
I think fire would be a good one for this.
All right. You pick the damage of fire. As Emma's turn comes around, she feels this overwhelming belch coming out of her stomach as a loud burp is ripped, and with it, the entire area here is encased in flames. The creature must make... Where's my Dragon's Breath? Spells. I think it was reprinted in Tasha's. There, I got it. Okay. You choose. Okay, you chose fire, 15-foot cone. Each creature must make Dex saving throw in that area. So the mimic rolls and succeeds.
Damn
So
it.
he takes half damage. So you roll 3d6, Dr. Bees. You roll 3d6, and he takes half of that damage.
3 d6 and obviously no bonus, correct?
Yeah, no bonus.
3d6.
9, so half rounded down is 4. 4 fire damage. As Emma said, she doesn't feel good. How long does Dragon's Breath last?
Let me check. I've got the wiki open right now. Until the spell ends,
So,
Concentrate up
It's
to
up to
1
one.
minute.
yeah.
alright.
I don't know how long that is in turns.
So that's 10 rounds.
Okay.
So everybody's turn is 1 round. So there'll
Yeah.
be 10 turns basically where she can use it. Provided you hold up the concentration. UA, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Who rolled higher than the mimic?
2, 4, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna cast Burning Hands, but in such an angle that I don't hit Brick.
Yes. A53, you mean?
A3, yes. What the hell doesn't matter anymore? It never matters.
So another dex save from the creature.
Yes, another dex.
It rolled a 15.
Yeah, he succeeds, but he still takes half.
This is quite a dexterous chest.
It's 3 points of fire damage. And if he can be satellite, he is satellite.
No, he's not flammable. As he
Okay.
seems to morph his shape to pat out the flames. In his turn, he goes and he bites Brick. Sorry, A53, my mistake. He goes and bites Brick. And
That's not his name.
he uses the pseudopod attack.
The what now?
He tries to grapple you with an
Oh.
18.
Yes.
So you take 1d8 plus 3. You take 4 points of damage.
That's 2.
Now you feel that the chest itself has wrapped around you, but its sticky skin has sort of attached to you. With its adhesive trait, it adheres to anything that touches it, and a huge or smaller creature adhered to the mimic is also grappled by it, so it seems you can't move as easily as you once did. The chest is large enough that you can't pick it up with its entire weight, and it's the one holding you down, so you're grappled.
Alright, but I'm still standing.
Yes, you're still standing, but you can't move away from it until you break the grapple.
Oh, I'm not planning to.
Alright. Frida, it's your turn again. Top of the round.
So I still don't know what kind of magic the axe has.
Yes.
How do
Did
I
you-
figure that out?
Be attuned to it for an hour.
Or cast Identify on it.
I don't think I have that spell.
You guys need a pearl of 100
Gold.
gold.
Yeah, but we don't have anything.
So swing
Okay,
with the
well-
axe.
Yeah, I'll just slash at it again. That's fine. And that's strength, right?
Yes.
It's a bad day to not be strong.
You miss. As the axe swings and hits the concrete, you sort of feel like all the hairs on your arms and shoulders even stand up. Dr. Bertley says, if the axe is too hard to use, perhaps use another method. That's just the axe of horpitulation.
Of horror, what now?
It's the feeling of goosebumps, basically.
Oh my word.
That man said a bad word.
That's the most useless thing ever.
You guys know the Skyrim fork of horpitulation?
No.
It's the trickster god that gives it to all of his champions, and he has them fight with a fork. And all the fork does is it gives you goosebumps.
Oh my word.
Really?
So it's a minor magical item known as the Axe of Horpitulation.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Brock, it's your turn.
Alright. The thing is grappling my legs, right?
Well, grappled in a general sense, it's grappling you.
Alright. I swing my axe down upon it. 15 to hit.
You hit. You hit.
Nice. Alright, so that is a d6, right?
Yes. Artificers don't get spell
8.
cantrips, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay, but cantrips usually don't need spell components to cast.
No.
Alright. 8 points of damage to the chest.
Yes.
Chopping it again, it's more green ooze out of it and starts making a whining noise. As it's Dr. B's turn.
I would like to. Man.
Cast a cantrip.
I just want to check on this thing. After I use the spell, do I tick it off because it's now I can't use it again until I recharge, correct?
So you have spell slots.
Yeah.
So they're like batteries you use to cast the spell, essentially, like bullets. So you can
Right.
use any number of first level spells to cast any number or any first level spell. So you can cast the same spell 4 times or 4 different spells.
Okay, so because I've used Dragon's Breath once, so must I mark that off as using up that second level spell slot?
Yes, just the spell slot, but not the Dragon's Breath itself. You can still cast that again at second level.
Does it sound correct that I've got 3 second level spell slots? Is that right?
Yes, your 4th level. You have that.
Fuck. Can I cast Gust of Wind on the cube and see if I can get it to fuck off?
Where?
I think from over here. Like I wanna try and propel it into the wall, I guess.
All right.
What would that be? Would that be a roll?
Gust of Wind's a cantrip, right?
No,
No,
it's
it's a spell. Okay, so it'll actually do something. Gust of
second
Wind. Okay, cast Gust of Wind. I'll tell you the effect. Casting Gust of Wind. It's in a small area, right?
It's like 60 feet, but it's like 60 feet long and 10 feet
Okay,
wide.
let's see. So it's a concentration spell. So Emma will lose her Dragon's Breath.
Ah,
So it's a range of self in a 60-foot line.
yeah.
And then Concentration up to 1 minute.
Yeah.
A line of strong wind, 60 foot long and 10 feet wide, blasts from you in that direction. You choose for the spell's duration, so it's an entire line in a direction. So from you. So if you cast in that direction, you'll hit Brick as well.
If I stand here, hypothetically,
Yes, you can hit it. So
and will break be safe if I stand here.
yes, so each creature that starts its turn in line must succeed on a strength saving throw, or be pushed 15 feet away from you in a direction following the line. So basically, it has to succeed on a strength check or be pushed away from you.
Yeah. Would 15 feet be enough to throw it into the wall of the chamber, or would it kind of just hit the ground?
5, 10, 15. It'll be tossed to the back of the room over here.
Okay.
It won't hit the wall, but that'll be pretty much be it. So it's strength.
Okay. Can I cast Gust of Wind then?
Yes. Oh, almost in that 20. So it fails. The spell save, and it is blown all the way over here, freeing Brock from his grapple.
Okay, sure.
As you've blown enough wind to basically peel this sticky box off of Brick. Emma's turn. Okay, so the gust of wind is still acting on. It's still in this direction. Let's get that. Draw free polygon line. Draw that. Okay, so it's still acting in this direction.
Okay, sweet.
All right. So then Emma loses her dragon's breath. On her turn, she will cast. She doesn't have any offensive spell. She's got Divine Radiance. That's one. So it has to make a dex save. And fails, and it'll take, I think it's a 1d8 radiant damage plus nothing. So it's just 3 points of radiant damage. It is your turn. A55. I just realized that says ass.
The 17-year-old has ass.
Yeah, and the burning hands again.
It's too far away. 5, 10, 15. You're 20 feet away from it. There we go.
Alright. Burning hands.
Yes.
And that's dex save.
Creature is fine with that. It fails. And take 6 points of fire damage. As you feel like the gust of wind might have alleviated some of that damage itself, as the creature struggles to move along the gust of wind and just about reaches there. Try and reach Brock.
Alright.
Brick.
Alright.
At the end of the round, as Frida is about to attack again, you all of a sudden see a green beam of light fire upon the creature, and it explodes. As you realize there was a wall-mounted gun here in the corner of the room. And Dr. Bertley's like, see, I wanted to be part of the party too.
I throw my axe at the wall-mounted gun.
Can I flip the wall-mounted gun off?
It's very high up, as you realize the room is actually upwards of more 50 to maybe 55 feet high up in the air, and the wall-mounted gun is remote operated.
Can I still throw my axe?
Yes, you can. Roll to hit.
Damn it.
Your axe flies up and then just dings against the gun. And Bertley's like, no, don't damage equipment. What if you're in a serious fight and the gun doesn't fire when you really need it to?
Fuck you, Berkeley.
All right then. So then, everybody, that's the end of the test. You all did swimmingly, or I would say excellent in your demonstration. I don't think we'll be calling upon you for many more tests, but it is interesting to note that you can identify magical items, and you can act as a party, which seems to be a strange requirement. But I don't question the tests
Requirement?
themselves.
What?
I don't test the quests the tests themselves. I'm just assigned to them. And he says as he flips through the pages, "Yeah, you all qualify as adventurers. I see now that you are all fully qualified as SCPs. I welcome you, SCP A51, A21, A54, A56, and
That's not
A55
my name.
into the SCP Foundation. I hope you all have a long and prosperous life here."
Go fuck yourself.
And then and then the doors behind you open up, and there are armed guards ready to escort you back to the room.
Listen, we have axes, okay?
Oh yes, everybody, please deposit your axes in the receptacle on the side for decontamination.
I leave my axe right where it is, on the ground. Pick it up yourself.
All right then.
Can I try to break a teeny tiny piece off my axe without anybody noticing and slip it into my pocket?
Roll a strength check.
Let's check what my strength is. That's
-5.
That's -5. Let me try.
You can still try.
It better be a nat 2. Never mind.
Is it a D20, correct?
Yes, that's a D20 -5.
Oof.
You, with all your might, tries to peel some of the rubber handling off of the axe. No, but you only hurt your finger. Okay, maybe I'll have to try again a different time.
Damn it. Well, there goes that plan.
Dr. Berkeley says, mandatory therapy couch sessions will be ready after lunchtime. Hope to see you there. Yes, mandatory. As the lights turn off in his room and he steps out of the room into a different hallway.
This place is staffed by dweebs.
Nerds.
Bigger nerds than the wizards.
Yeah.
That's our word, okay?
All right, everyone. That's where we'll end it tonight.
Oh, this is fun. It's getting exciting.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.